Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. Hey, Lily. I said Radha Madhava. Welcome, my friend. Are you in Radhakund? Or are you in Russia now? Again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Good morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. It's just an illusion, Tom. We're all separated worlds. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it is. Don't let illusion overcome you, man. Sentiment, material sentiments. That's all. Speculation does it. It separates every. It makes you feel in weird ways. No, it's natural. We're all in different worlds, man. Rejoice. Don't let Maya trick you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. It's not about being one. No, it's an illusion. One and different. Don't forget the difference. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. The world's trying to make everybody conform, to be the same, okay? Except the elites, except Maya. She's always going to be different. It's an illusion, man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Somebody asked how they can serve the Sangha and become a part of it. You got to give donations, man. If you don't give donation, you can't do it. And the donation is this: just your little attention here regularly. Just give us that donation of some attention. That's it. That's all you have to do. But if you don't give that donation, I don't know, man. I mean, I have to do it. I have to give a donation every day, man. Otherwise, I'm screwed, man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. After a while, I'll start to think. I'll start to feel sorry for everybody living in separate worlds or something. Who knows what I'll start thinking? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. There's so many bogus thoughts out there, man. They're like bogeys. They come and they attack you like these kamikaze planes they used to have, Japanese bogey thoughts. They just come and they zzz. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. You know, the Srila Prabhupada's contribution is so fantastic. You know, he said that an acharya is more than a spiritual master. That's an interesting thing to say. In a way, they're the same, but really, an acharya is special. An acharya makes he said a special contribution to the disciplic line. Okay, special. That's why, like Jesus, you notice special contribution. What did he contribute? He extracted the Holy Spirit and brought that forth to the world, which changed it. A very special contribution. You notice where he's remembered because A very special contribution. And Prabhupada also did a very special contribution to the world. He brought this knowledge. See, he translated these wonderful books, made wonderful purports. And that was a very special contribution for everybody, especially even the Christians, if they ever figure it out. See? But that's the knowledge. Not everybody can take full advantage of it. And we're making a special contribution here. See? Because this is the Spirit coming so that you can relish this knowledge, to take full advantage of this understanding. Yeah. See, special. This is the contribution. This is, everybody's trying to be a successor and all that for Prabhupada and everything. This is the test of being a successor. Can you bring the spirit of devotion so that people can relish this transcendental knowledge? Because then you've got the whole name. You can relish the name, and you can relish the pastimes and the qualities and the transcendental nature of this knowledge. See, the chit knowledge. You need the ananda. Without that, it's just studying, scholarship. Even there are theologians in Christianity. They don't often have the spirit, and therefore they're just in their heads. And so many, practically all in Vaishnavism still, we're bringing the spirit. See? It's a very important contribution. Without it, it's just dry. It's not whole. It's not finished, the work. The work has to be finished. Has to be complete. Satchitananda. Has to have Satchitananda here. That's the complete Godhead. See? Then we're whole. See? Then we represent the Lord on the planet. Otherwise, everybody is representing his Mayic form on some level. Even the Mayavadi, that's not full manifestation of the Godhead. No. His personal form, they have to understand Satchitananda in the Bhagavan feature, the full feature, the personal feature. Okay? Personal feature. Personal relationship with the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So to answer Sim's questions, why does kamikazes wear helmets? Because a lot of people do a lot of stupid things in this world. Why do you stay indoors to stay safe? Why do you put a mask on? To keep yourself safe from invisible viruses that pass right through the mask. That's why. Stupidity makes you follow her, you become a real one big dum-dum. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. See? Lord Chaitanya also, special contribution. Madhavinda Puri, Ishvara Puri, these are acharyas. That's why we remember them. Everybody else will be forgotten. No bhakti, Krishna doesn't even, he forgets about you. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. You know, when your heart gets purified and you remember people that are contaminated, it's like gasoline on fire. It just burns, you know. And those who are not purified, see, but you know, when you're contaminated, you don't notice that. You don't notice it. But when your heart is purified by this real bhakti, pure bhakti, then when you remember even people, I remember like this Vallabhabhata, you know, by looking at his book and my heart burned. Oh man, I had to put this stuff down. Put it down. See, and people, they're worshiping as a disciplic life. That's going on in Vaishnavism too. They're persons like God brothers and stuff like this. Their hearts are not purified yet, and so people can't tell the difference. That's why this bhakti, you know, is very, very amazing, very beautiful, very exclusive. We're all very lucky to be cultivating this here. This is what keeps you safe. The eye of pure devotion keeps me safe, man. You know. Kiss the ground. Thank you, Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. See the difference between what we're doing here and, for example, the Narayan Raj thing? They're thinking that their austerities are going to purify their hearts. They're thinking that renunciation is going to purify their hearts. And that's why it's not true. That's why it's not conclusive. That's why the Lord says, see, he gives the pure conclusion, not by austerity, not by renunciation, not by pious deeds. See? Can you attain Krishna Vrindavan? Only by pure devotion. And most don't have that. That's why you got to come to a devotee empowered with it, because that's not going to do it. That's why you don't see symptoms. They think, they have faith that their austerities, their chanting 1 lakh is going to get them Krishna. But you see, the Shastras even say no. Shows you they're not understanding clearly. You have to have the mercy of a real devotee whose heart is purified by real bhakti. Then you can begin to understand what real purification is, and that it's the grace. See, that grace flows through the real acharyas. See? Especially when they're letting it flow and not stopping it. You know, like, well, they're not ready for this. You know, let the flow out and flow into you so that you can feel this love. Otherwise, no other way to practically get this. They'll be doing for many lifetimes, just like Narayan Maharaj said, many lifetimes and you'll attain prema. See? That's only because they're following that path that the Lord actually said, that's not the way to attain me. Attain me through my real devotee, my real associate when they're here, when they're manifesting. Then the opportunity is at hand. Love of God is at hand. Otherwise not. By all these years, 20, 30, 40 years following that path, these devotees, the gurus even, nothing like that. They just go around showing, see how austere I am, see I can chant 1 lakh, see how regulated, look at my nice clothes, look at how much I've studied, look at all these verses I can quote and memorize. See, props, they're all props, see, to prop up the position. But it's, you know, you ever seen these things propping up something? If you get rid of the prop, it collapses. It's like a house of cards, or like a, you know, something holding up the house. You know, these little things. But if the props go, then the house collapses. See, devotees are propped up by pure love. This devotion. See, this never goes. It's an eternal prop. See, that's why they say, of myself I can't do anything, because they're propped up by the grace. See, the grace of love and devotion to the Lord. See, this pure, spontaneous love is their prop, and that stays with them forever. They're always the Lord standing beside them. See, always ready to help them, just like with Arjuna. Okay? And that gift you get through a real devotee. That Lord is so happy when you find a real devotee that he gives it to you very easily. And these other guys, they just keep following that path, the dry path, intellectual, and then they die dry. Anyway, opportunities here. If you have a light, don't, I followed the Jesus teaching. You got a light, you got some real truth, man. Truth is the light. Hang it up so people can see it. Show it. Show this bhakti. Show what spontaneous devotion is. No matter, people. We don't show it. Yeah. Go. Rebel all you want, man. This is the truth, man. It's all about the truth. The truth of love and devotion, spontaneous love of God, okay? And the truth of the name. The holy name, the conclusive truth, okay? And the expression of it in this world. To show that, hey, man, it's available now. People are showing Mayavadi, they're showing Mayavadi stuff. They're showing regulative devotional. Why they're showing it? See, they demonstrate, they're acting it out, right? Who's acting out love of Godhead? If nobody is, then nobody will see it. Nobody will know what it is. See? It'll just be unaware. You just die unaware of that. You just like, being born in the Western time or some dark ages. Just, you live your life futile. It's futile compared to this. And you come back in another life, do it all again until this happens. You meet a bona fide spiritual master who's a real associate of the transcendental Lord. Okay? Yeah. And just stay in that association and stay safe. This is a safety that these politicians are telling you about. This is the true safety, is being here in this Sangha, particularly. You're not safe enough in Narayan Raj or in ISKCON and all of that. They prove that they don't have real full safety. It's safe here. You're safe from illusions. See, people can bring your illusions, and we'll correct everything. We'll bust all the ignorance, so you'll be happy. People are unhappy. Look at Tom was unhappy. See, unhappy because it's ignorance. He's unhappy because ignorant thoughts that don't reflect. They're not conclusive. See? People are unhappy in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and everything. Gaudiya Samiti. Unhappy means you're not relishing ecstatic love, man. You're not dancing with the Lord. You got no rasa dance going, man. You don't meet Radha and Krishna and the gopis. Okay? That's unhappiness. Isn't it pretty narrow gate, isn't it? Well, it's just the truth, man. See? So there's no real safety until you're back into this relationship. Then, like Narada Muni, he feels safe. He goes everywhere in the universe. He's never feeling unsafe. Why? Because he's got Radha and Krishna. He's got devotion to the Lord, man. Never lonely. Why? The Lord is there. The devotion is there. You could just remember a devotee and they're there. Chanting Prabhupada's name is right here with me. How would you like that, man? You think he's gone? He ain't gone, man. You just devotees, you call them. You're better. You're better than Queen Kunti. Can you imagine? You got a place in the pastimes here. Devotees here coming here, they're better than Queen Kunti. You know what she got? She had the boon. She can call a demigod, they appear. See? Here, you come to the point very quickly. You can call Krishna and he appears. Radha appears. Radha and Krishna appear. And you can feel it. You can feel it, You don't have to see them with physical eyes. You feel their appearance, man. With the spiritual eye. Devotion manifest. That's Radha. Oh, you got her association. Wonderful. See? The conclusive understanding comes. Very nice. Now you got a rasa dance. You need both partners there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yeah, I can't get too much into that right now. Later. Always. Hare Krishna, I don't want to break things down too much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, take a picture of the propped up tree. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Yeah, see, Janardhan, he said, once I was an unbeliever, now I experience that it is absolutely true. Isn't that amazing? That shows you the power, because he was always attracted and just needed to get a little understanding, but it comes by purification. See, he's chanting in ecstasy. The Lord ain't waiting for him to become a perfect, he's just dissolving the false ego because he has a nice attitude towards the Vaishnavas. See, I told him just make friends, hang out, get their mercy, and all will be well. See, and then you become when you have a real spiritual master that's empowered by the Lord, this disciplic line, you get the conclusive understanding, and then your bhakti will grow more and more and more. It won't be fettered with all these inconclusive Mayavadi conclusions. There's only partial truths. It'll just be stronger and stronger. And then you'll be a tree of this, and you'll be able to spread it to others the real way. Yeah, it's very satisfying, fulfilling. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. See, like this thing, everything becomes conclusive. You can turn everything around. The best followers, you can't see this, but I'll read this, comes from somewhere, advertising. The best followers, primes, and viewers on this link. See? So they're thinking the best followers are just the masses, just get people and just teach them whatever material thing is, and people will follow. A lot of people, the masses follow illusions and what do you call speculations. There's some life in it, but not really. It's not clean. See? So they do that in religion too. That's why Vaishnavism is a religion now. It's not meant to be. See? That's why Jesus said, the Lord is very much looking for worship in spirit and truth. See, the conclusive truth. You don't need religion now. Religion is a bunch of rules and regulations and mandates. See, mandates, it's just a step up from Biden's mandates. You notice he's mandate government. See, external. You need external governments. Mandates. You got to do this. You have to do this. Even Prabhupada used to speak in mandates. You must do this. You must do this program. You have to. See? So that's being under some level of government of the world, which is God, actually. God is part of this. Or religion. Yeah. So there's mandates. See, and there's musts and you have tos. But then Jesus comes and said, well, the Lord is come to give a new way of worship in spirit and truth. And with devotion is the spirit, see, pure spirit, Holy Spirit, which reveals the truth. You do like him. He would look at the scriptures and he'd understand them. What a concept, huh? The Pharisees couldn't because they didn't have the Holy Spirit. That one person there carried it. Just like here. One person is bringing it here. You show me anybody else. Nobody. Hey, I've been going to India every year since 1985, practically. This spirit is rare, just like it was rare when Jesus brought it. It was rare when Lord Chaitanya brought it. It was rare when Madhavinda Puri brought it. See? In the Maya is always trying to cover this pure devotion up. Always. That's her thing. It's covered up, covered up, covered up. But sometimes it gets through. Krishna got through Kamsa's hands, slipped right through and went to Vrindavan, and they cultivated pure bhakti. See, they were relishing these relations outside of the religion, hypocritical devoutness of Kamsa. He was pretending. That's what we got in religion. They've got material motives. So you go to the deity and they're out there looking for you, going to give a donation, they're looking for the money, You get many temples are like, you go to churches, many are like that, looking for, we got a new tither. See, that's mixed in. It's mixed worship. That's why they call it materially motivated. Here, why do we worship here? Why do I come here? Why do you come here? Why? Because you're the best followers. Because you're following. You want this communion with God. You're coming for Holy Communion. You're not just coming for a dry wafer and some grape juice. You want the internal communion from your soul with the Supreme Soul. See? That's what hooks us. Hooks all of us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. See, the more you come here, the more clear you'll get of what is real wealth. Otherwise, nobody knows. They think real wealth is austerities or studying, the books and not understanding them. Real wealth is right here, man. This is the wealth, man. This love of God is priceless. The love of Krishna reveals the true Krishna. Without that, you're not going to know him. Not very well. You know him externally. Exactly. Religion is not pure devotional service, but pure devotion is only had through the real line. And that's rare to find the real line, especially expressing it. See? Most only, like Prabhupada, he only taught people up to a point. This is our work to carry the work on deeper. He's given this to this fool in 1996. None of the groups know. Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smith, ISKCON. They don't know the essence. We know this is the essence, man. I invite everybody. I invite all the gurus to prove me wrong, but they can't. They won't. Because it's materially motivated religion they're involved in. They got motive for being guru. I also got motive for being guru. Because I so much feel like I'm indebted to my friends and followers here to be able to speak about the truth. To me, puts me in debt because gives me a chance to get purified, to understand this deeper. I got somebody to speak to. See, I have motive also. Everybody, you got to have this kind of motive. If you do, see, then you get this kind of result. It's great, man. I love it, man. We speak about Krishna relish, the taste. All about the taste. People don't know it's about the taste. See, when your spirit is awakened, you have spiritual senses, man. You see, they're under the tongue. You put something, medicine under the tongue. See, inside is a spiritual tongue. You notice we're using it, right? That's why people say chant silently. Oh, this is better. The vibration. Oh, vibration is better. Even the devotee likes to hear the vibration. Makes them very ecstatic. Not only that, those who come and listen to the vibration get purified to the point of becoming ecstatic too. You notice, River? She's sitting there listening. I'm listening too, becoming ecstatic. She's becoming ecstatic. Lalita also. Now you listen to their vibrations, you can become ecstatic. See, it's passed around like a corona thing, but only there's no downside to it, You get a corona, get a corona halo, spiritual halo. Yeah, so we're passing around the corona, man. You want a Corona? Come here, man. We'll give you the Corona. And it's wonderful, man. It'll keep you safe. See, the Corona Ananta Seish comes up like a hood. Ooh, there you go. Protection. You want to be safe? Come here. We'll keep you safe, man. We'll give you the Corona. Aha. You got to get the Corona, right? It's the Corona. It's the Corona 108. What is this 19 thing? That's diddly squat. This is Corona 108. Never heard of that one, huh? That's a new one. Thank you, Lord. Corona 108. Come here. We give the Corona 108 now. You're going to love it, man. It's going to keep you safe. It's going to unmask you. Unmask who you are, what you are. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning. Boy, you got up late. Hare Krishna. You kids must be wearing you down. She's got to drive these children all over the place, man. Takes them everywhere. She's counting the days when she's free. She's got a little calendar there. She makes X, like being in the prison, X. She's now probably down to 3 or 4 days now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. This is how Krishna gets us, man. He gives you a taste, and you just can't. You have to have them, man. Right, River? You just got to have them around, man. You just like the resonance of it. It's like, especially gopis, always hankering. Krishna, we got to have you, man. We need you around. She's free tomorrow. All right, man. Down to 1 day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hey, I got to introduce you guys to a new friend that's up and coming friend here. She's a neighbor across the other side where Janaki was living. She's really cool, man. She's really just naturally smart. Just naturally, she's very sensitive to energies and vibrations, frequencies. Her hair stand on end when she's in a kind of a holy place, stuff like that, I think she might be right for this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So let's check this out here. So we're reading from the reunion. We didn't get very far. Reunion at the house of Advaitacharya. I worship the two brothers, Sri Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda. They are like the most magnanimous spiritual supreme lords, transcendently situated and embodying inconceivable spiritual potency. Magnanimous because they gave this bhakti. That's the supreme gift, isn't it? The Lord's given money. He's given wealth to people. Even if you're a non-devotee, look at this. Bill Gates, he gets money, right? The Lord's given gifts. Even to demons. Isn't that amazing? You could be a demon. You could be killing people and all that. The Lord is so kind. He gives people gifts. Boons and all that. See, he gives demigods wealth. He gives demons wealth. See? He gives them some intelligence, right? Not really usually purified, gives demigods intelligence. That's wealth to these people. He gives some power and control, right? Because they want this. He gives. He's always, he's very, that's his nature, is to give his devotees. Even if you're a non-devotee, he's giving you stuff. See, everybody is actually, the Uttamadhikari vision is everybody's a devotee. Because even if you're devoted to money or wealth or control, that's God. He's the supreme controller, right? Supreme controller. So everybody's trying to, here in the world, they try to imitate him. That's why we're here, We're imitators. We want to imitate the supreme controller by getting that kind of control that he has. Can you imagine? The Lord destroys worlds, creates worlds. But who could do that? Not even Bill Gates. Thank you, Billy Boy, for your service, man. It's personal philosophy here. People say, why do you mention these guys personally? Because it's a personal philosophy. I want to mention Jaipatakas and all these guys because personal, man. Bhagavata, notice Daksha. There's Daksha, right? Then there's Shiva. They got names. They're persons, right? What is all this stuff? Generally Vaishnavas don't mention, they talk in generalities, and therefore that's called parables, and therefore nobody really understands. See? The Lord came here and he addressed people personally. I address people personally too, like father, like son. People don't like it, too bad. You think it's offensive? No, it takes fences down. Just smash them down there. We don't need those fences anymore. Let's get rid of the fig leaves, for God's sake. See, for God's sake. The Lord's thinking this is great profit to make more friends, transcendental friends. Because the Lord's all about having a good time. What do you think it is here? It's all about having a good time. We even make some of the old time devotees like Kamalakanta gets a little jealous. He says, Gohar, you're just always having a good time. You're right. This is Vrindavan. It's about having good. If I don't show having a good time and being blissful and ecstatic and just having a great time coming here 3 or 4 times a day, here in the most beautiful place in the world, showing that I have a austerity. I can do austerities. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I got to show there's renunciation here, believe it or not. I'm still doing the classes, still relishing bhakti, man. Get a little envious, Kamalakanta. Hey, man, I've been around for 50 years, man. Look at it. I was a servant. Look at him, man. I'm having a tough time, man. Maya the witch keeps giving me, harassing me. So what my answer is to him, take Shiksha, man. This is the blessing of Vishnujan, your service to Vishnujan here. And you'll feel your whole life will become amazing. The witch of Maya coming through those ladies that, chase him around all the time, they'll stop. They'll stop chasing you, man. Maybe I think he watches these things because he comments a lot. So, doesn't always come live, but he watches these things. He knows something's here. Yeah, this will be your life, man. Maybe you have to wait till the next one because you get kind of old, But it'll come, man. You'll be like this. You'll be sitting on a beach, man, giving classes. If that's what you want. It'd be nice to do. What do you think, River? We come back again? Maybe minus the machine. Maybe you don't have to do that with the machine. You can, better have a body. You can move around a little bit. Yeah. We come back, do this again. We meet again, have different bodies, but the same spirit, same love of Krishna. That never changes. You notice? Narada Muni comes again, and he comes as Srivas. Never changed. Still, love of Krishna was there. Stays on forever. That's what we teach here, man. That love is forever. Otherwise, it's forever temporary. You want that kind of life? The forever temporary. Oh, yes, your love, my beloved, and this is for my love, and your love for me will be forever temporary because you're going to come and take another body, and you're going to have this mundane, limited love, and the woman's going to kick you in the face. She'll be the witchy woman sometime, and you'll be the witchy man. You'll beat her, and she'll beat you, and, you'll have that wonderful, juicy relationship for a while. And then, it'll be forever temporary, because then you'll come back again and do it again until you realize that's pretty stupid. Because, it could be different. You could have this forever. See, forever love. Yeah. You come in, you may get a temporary body if you're preaching, it's Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan mission or Krishna or something. Maybe you come with Jesus. Who knows? We can do it. We're versatile here. Yeah. I love Jesus saying, man, he said, my Father's house has many mansions. And you know what? I can go into all of them because I'm a devotee of Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. We can go into all of them. We know his pastimes, and we know his temper, his nature and all that. We won't disturb Jesus's pastimes unless it's meant, like I'm disturbing Jesus's pastimes a little bit. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be acting like he did. He said, I came here to disturb things a little bit, disturb your illusions, your limitations, limiting God, man. You limit God, man. I say the same. You Christians are limiting God, man. Don't you know he came again as Lord Chaitanya? That's the second coming, man. Isn't it? You think God came as Jesus and he's going to come again? What do you think? Lord Chaitanya, man. And he came bearing gifts, knowledge, and ecstasy. Oh, and teach you about mellows and all these things. Yeah. I ain't waiting around. We're waiting for some second coming. It's already here. I'm just gobbling up that Lord, man. He's the bread of life with the butter, man. Oh, there's there a lot of ghee and butter, man. Oh, yeah. I ain't waiting for some second coming. It's already, it's here. The meal is here. Eat. Every day, man. Oh, yeah, this is food. Yeah, this is food, man. Amy Rose, welcome. Better late than never. Maybe you've been here. I don't know. In the backgrounds. So, oh Lord, you are the eternal truth. Isn't that amazing? It's always eternal. That's why when you become a devotee, you could see this eternal truth in the Bible, in the Quran. See, in the Vedas. They can't see. See, the proof that this is stronger. This is where it's going. This is a contribution to the Muslims and to the Christians. See, this is progressive. See, because you can see this eternal truth in the Bible, in the Vedas, in the Quran, wherever it is. You can also see it if there's any speculation, because these books, they get in the hands of these neophytes. You notice Prabhupada's books, we get firsthand experience. You can just see how they're changing. 5,000s, maybe 50,000 changes already. Thank God for Janaki's husband and the donors, because they had to pay $1 million. Can you imagine to pay $1 million to lawyers to fight for the original books? That shouldn't be, but it is. It shows you that is religion, man. Could you imagine? They're taking it's just like, what is the difference between Biden taking all your hard-earned taxes and using it against you? That's why that's religion. Abandon it like stool now. Okay, if that's all you had before. But now, look at that. I mean, that's the same. What is this? You spend $1 million, all those collectors collecting, giving donations, and you fight against Prabhupada's original books. What motives do you have? And how dare you use the money you collected taxes from people like that? And they do that. See, what is the big difference between that and what governments are doing, taking all your taxes and putting it up in chemtrails and poisons in your foods and fluoride in your water, see, and mercury in your teeth, poison. Here, yeah, give us your money and we're going to poison you. We're going to kill you. See, this is Maya. This is my Lord Yeshua. You want out, man? You come here. You're going to get intelligence. You're going to get real intelligence and real ecstasy and real love and real freedom. We're going to unmask you, man. Take the double, triple layers off. We're going to teach you what real safety is. In the truth. You're safe in the truth, man. I am. I can every day, man. I'm safe in this truth. Safety, man. Safe in this this urge to glorify God, to put him up, that transcendental Lord in this world and bust them all, man. Bust them all. Take down their props, take down their fences, man. Let them all fall down in obeisances to the absolute truth of love of Krishna, which is here. So here. I keep falling for incomplete, and I didn't see it every time. That's why you found the remedy. Come here every day. See? You keep putting the iron in the fire. See? You keep putting the wood in the fire. It's a little green, and it dries out, and then it just bursts into flame. And then every time they throw a dart at you, in the world and worldly ideas, it's like you become like that blue zapper, man. The mosquito comes, the little kamikaze mosquito comes to bite you. He's gonna get slapped and he's gonna die, but he's gonna try to inject you with Bill Gates's stuff that he put in there. Mosquitoes now, that kamikaze mosquito of illusion, the illusory concepts are gonna come at you, and it's gonna, because you got the big blue in you, man. He's gonna vaporize. So it takes a while, man. You just keep doing it, man. Do it as long as it takes, and then you'll continue doing it forever. Why not? I do. It's fun, man. I love truth, man. I love busting illusions, man. It's like going in a ring, man, and winning. It's like being a Rocky, man. I win every fight, man. And they always got a better fighter, in the rings, and so they got a champion for the day, and the next time somebody comes on, they lose their belt. Here we never lose our belt, man. Always champions. You notice that? Don't lose the belt, man. Champion. Get more. Become more of a champion. Ring a roses, a pocket full of roses. They all fall down. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Fall down. See, fall down in obeisances to this truth. See? That's for their liberation, man. If you can recognize a real associate of Lord Chaitanya and really get that they are, man, and they're making a contribution to you, and you're being elevated and raised up simply because you recognize them and have faith in what they preaching, not blindly, but from like, hey man, I've been around and I've been looking at Prabhupada's books. I never heard a Narayan Raj explain them quite like a real associate. Then you get a different opinion, because all of them and all of the but hey man, who can explain these books the best? They're the ones. See? That's why I never lose. I keep explaining them better all the time. Isn't that amazing? A miracle, isn't it? See? You never lose your championship with Krishna. When you got the real Krishna, well, the real Krishna stands up here. See? Because we put him up. I put him up on a pedestal, the real Krishna. He never gets knocked off. That's why I challenge you guys. Knock my Krishna off. Knock these conceptions off. I double dare you, triple dare you. Dare you. They're afraid. Even the big title of Acharya Dev can't withstand this. None of those Narayan Raj, not even the gurus have been, not even those ladies in white. 2 ladies in white. They can't. They're good. They're all nice. I tell you, nice devotees, many of them. Very nice. Some of them, most maybe, sincere. But it's not enough just to be sincere. If you're really sincere and you realize, hey man, I want more. I don't want to wait you got the real spiritual greed. I don't want to wait any longer. I want Krishna in this life. You'll end up here. Otherwise, you're not enough greed yet. Go study Narayan Raj's books some more. Go look at their spirits. You keep singing the songs. Shri Guru Charana Padma. Keep talking about, get the mercy of a pure devotee. Yes, in Narayan Raj, get the mercy of a pure devotee. Get the mercy of a pure devotee, to the point where you impress Krishna and he sends you to the real devotee. Devotees here now. See, it's not just singular. We got devotees here. Yeah, well, we got a team. We're assembling a team, man. And we're going to take down Maya illusions, all of them, in religion, man. Why not? Shoot for the rhinoceros. Oh Lord, you are the eternal truth. Eternal truth. I love it, man. Unconditioned by past, present, and future. You see why you go through shit here? Getting purified? You're getting unconditioned. See, you realize, you start to see all this. What is this? I got this from my mother and father. They beat me or neglected me, or my sisters and brothers. I was a Cinderella, and they were just, Cinderella, do this. Cinderella, do that. You come here, we give you a nice glass slipper. Fits perfectly. Yeah, exactly, Govinda. Yeah. See? The eternal truth, man. That's what I stand. I love it, eternal truth, man. What do you think? It's just a word in a book? Yeah, who's standing for eternal truth, man? Hey, man, I stand for Guru Tattva. That is an eternal truth. An important one. It's the door. You need to find the door. How are you going to get into Vrindavan? You can't see the door. These gurus keep obscuring the door. See? Because they're not in the eternal truth. But Prabhupada was. He said you can't make any advancement, zero, without a bona fide guru. And it's true. Not real advancement. Real, all your austerities and all your chanting 1 lakh or 2 lakhs or even 3 lakhs out there. All your renunciations and all your following all these gurus out there that impress you, even though they can't take your burdens off. You can't get any ecstatic love of God there, but they impress you. All of that you're doing, you renunciate, you study of Prabhupada's books, is all to bring you here, because it's here. The eternal truth, man. I stand for it. I don't stand for bullshit of Maya. See, I stand for the truth, and simultaneously I don't stand for any crapola. We get rid of the crap. We get rid of the crap around Guru Tattva, man. You got to have a real associate of the Lord to get out of this mess. Narayan Raj didn't do it. Prabhupada didn't do it because he's waiting for this time. His teamwork. Came to me, right? Gave the order. Krishna also, the blessing. See? So you want out? The warden's here, man. I got the keys. Give me the keys, right? Giving you the keys. See, give me the keys, I give you the keys. You become like that. Look at it. People come. Govinda, they come to Govinda, they come to Lalita. Wow, I get ecstatic listening to Lalita vibration, See? When you can recognize somebody that's really, really, really represents the eternal truth and no compromise, man. I ain't going to try to play nice and etiquettes. People don't get delivered when you just follow only the etiquettes. Jaksha wouldn't have been delivered if he followed the etiquette. Shiva would not have delivered Daksha and millions of demigods if he followed the etiquette. You know what the etiquette is? Well, externals. Well, Shiva was the son-in-law of Daksha, and he should have followed, the etiquette of, standing up for Daksha because he was senior by birth, bodily, because he was married to Parvati, and Parvati was the daughter of Daksha. It's like he was a son-in-law. He should have stood up, but he didn't, did he? He stood up for the spiritual truth, just like here, man. Therefore, that's when things get done. That's why don't think I came here to promote peace of the veneer of peace. The external, we'll just keep the peace, it's not really true what we're doing and how we're acting, but you were initiated 3 days before me, so you're more advanced. Even the Narayan Raj group was doing. I'll tell you, Narayan Raj said this. He said, actually, I was the first disciple of Prabhupada. He taught like that. I was sitting in there. I just heard this go across. He was actually the first. See, they're thinking like this. He was actually the first disciple, just like now. Prabhupada disciples. Well, we were the first, and you're so less advanced. We were initiated. See, all external. Nothing about the spiritual consciousness of a person. All external. Everybody's bewildered by externals. Isn't it interesting how that works? That's why you come here, you go internal here, because I speak internal. I speak in internals, not externals, do I? What is your internal advancement? What is Guru Tattva internally? What is eternal? It's internal, and because it's eternal. What are the internal principles of Guru? What is the real spiritual master? Yeah. What is the real door to Vrindavan? Oh, the checklist. Checklist. Give me that thing. I can just a piece of paper, just crumple it up and throw it in a wastebasket. That's how strong that is. But this word, man, it's like Jesus said, heaven and earth will pass away. Heaven and earth. Can you imagine? Heaven and earth will pass away, but my word weren't mine own either. And is it false ego? No, it's just true. I speak truth. Truth will never pass away. That's my pride and joy is I can speak the truth and stand for the truth. Nothing, it's not I just possess it now. It's my possession is truth. I love it. I will love possessing the truth. I don't want to possess. People are all possession of illusions. They're all possessing illusions. These gurus, you're possessing illusion. If you're not a real guru, you can't deliver your disciples and they become ecstatic with devotion, you're either not expressing it, or you're not qualified. And it's the other thing. They're just not qualified for this. If you're a successor of Prabhupada, what's the next stage of successorship? See, it's called progress. This is progress, isn't it? This is where it's going. Spontaneous love of God. Isn't that what Lord Caitanya is going, what he taught? Otherwise, you're no real acharya here. You're not making a special contribution. So don't say that Narayan Raj is a successor of Prabhupada. Where is his ecstatic love that he promotes? Oh, he's talking about it and holding it back. But where is it in expression in the devotees? Nowhere to be seen. I guarantee you. Oh, there you go. I guarantee you. Yeah, I didn't see it. Didn't show it. See, so that's people looking. I'm going to declare this loudly and boldly, man. You claim he's a successor. Where's the ecstatic love? Not there, but here. This is successorship. It's just a fact. I stand for that truth. Ecstatic love is being manifested here and nowhere else that I've seen. Prove me wrong. I don't mind. Because then we'll make some friends. Otherwise, we're here to take down the fences, man, the illusions. Right, Shama-san? We don't want any bullshit going around here. She doesn't like bullshit. I know. She wants the truth. That's why she's so beautiful. Because she's a representation of truth. Can you imagine having such a beautiful body and beautiful bhakti? I love it, man. That is proof of the mercy of God. Usually a woman like that is just dedicated to the beauty parlor and making her nails done and taking selfies. She takes selfies every day of Krishna. I love it, man. Thank you for bringing such a person like that here. Amazing. Thank you, Shama-san, for your association. You want to say anything? Go ahead, while you're here. Go ahead.
Wanna say I love you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I have a few things.
Go ahead.
I don't know, but since week, I feel really great. Like I don't know, different. I'm just wondering. I'm asking, what happened? What changed? And I think it's just I let really a lot of things go, And every time when I feel like this pressure comes that I have no time, that I will not manage some thoughts or some wave, I just trust God, and I just relax and I'm doing what is to do. Okay. Yeah, and yesterday I felt so good and so empowered, and I had such a good mood, and I went to my studio to do yoga. And came a few women, and we did yoga, pranayama. Also, it was amazing classes. It was art. I mean, I was so happy. I just felt, oh my God, I need to do this more. I need to expand in this profession. This is what I love to do. What I found. And then at the end, after shavasana, after final relaxation, so I always play and sing with my people Maha Mantra on different records. And I had I was so light, so without any expectations, just so present. And I said, I made an intro about Maha Mantra. And I said, this mantra is for mind and blah, blah, blah. And Maha Mantra in Sanskrit means the biggest. And this is one of the name of God. Krishna means all attractive. And I explain what it does and how it works. And and then at the end, I said, yeah, it's just a story, or maybe not. And it was, and then we sing, and then when we sing. Then I opened my eyes. I saw that they are completely in. And then when I was landing with this Maha Mantra, because I can be really loud and really emotional when I'm singing. Then I was one accord, inhale, and then Krishna, and then inhale, this third accord, and then Radha, and whoa! I mean, I didn't thought what they are feeling, how they can feel, but I felt freaking ecstatic. Yes, and then so it was beautiful, and and they were thankful, and I know that they will come more. So it was beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing how this, even though we're so far apart, I never even met her physically, but look, it grows here. The bhakti is growing here. It works. Where Krishna's made an arrangement that we can connect and stay connected, even by this computer. So isn't it amazing? We're using all these things that. See, this is why everything can be used for the Lord. Even things that are demoniac. It's kind of demoniac, they use the Facebook so to put people in Maya more. They're all just jabbering away about mundane things and and politics and also collecting all your data and giving it to the government and all of this so they can control. There's all of that going on. But look at this.
It's pity.
Yeah,
it's
but
pity.
Look at this. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So the Lord is, that's why I always say the Lord is made all of this is for this, because this is so beneficial. Those who want shelter of the Lord, of real bhakti, and to grow in that can have it here now. You can go beyond religion and rituals and all of that. This is like a Jesus trip, man. This is like a Lord Caitanya trip. It's the same eternal Holy Spirit worship, man. So isn't it like her? You see, it's a feeling thing, man. Feeling good, man. Feeling transcendentally spiritual, the spirit. It's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah. It makes me solid, It's like, for comparison, I don't want to tell you the story of the whole day, but I experienced after my classes something which showed me, okay, I need to really believe that I can live from yoga, that I can do this, and plus singing Maha Mantra and plus expanding with Krishna consciousness, because it gives me this feeling of solid, of completeness, of with wind and so on. And and then today morning I was on Facebook, and then I was listening for a while, one guy, and he was explaining, that he's after enlightenment, and he was talking. He was also empowered by something, but I don't know by what. But he was talking a lot, 2 hours, and I was listening for a while, and I know what he was talking about. I also have like this, changing the programs in my mind. This perception shifting. It's like coming natural. But how they talk about this, how they tell people that this is ultimate, that we are all one and so on. And it was, for me, I couldn't believe it. And then I saw at comment section the other people who also believe they are chosen, but in this way, they are talking. I think it's a new age. I don't know what is it, but for me, they are freaking dangerous, because I see ego talk. I mean, I understand some of part of these things are useful, how you can use your mind and how you can reprogram your mind. I'm doing this also. I'm a big fan. I'm using those tools, but
Yeah.
there is no God, and it's very hard. But I notice that many people are going in this direction, and they are thinking that they are God, and it scares me because I see ego demoniac flavor there. But
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
but they looks
Yeah.
like
Well,
they believe in this.
yeah. Yeah. It's just natural. See, they're representing that. See, they consider their God is that manifestation, and so they're representing that in this world. So it's just like we're representing this. See, this is more clean, more pure. See, more real. See, that's just not. That still obscures things. That's why it's still part of the Maya. You're not clear about the clear absolute truth. See, the conclusive truth. That's why I say this is such a contribution for us to have this knowledge and this understanding and this bhakti, the devotion to understand it. Otherwise, it's just you're just a scholar and you don't really understand. Even though the Vaishnavas have this knowledge, until devotion is awakened, they can't really ascertain the deep purports, of this. See, so yeah, and so you can see there's still ego in that because they can't purify you like love of Krishna, love of the on this level. This is how it's proven. That's why if you come here, people come here, they'll see, wow, this is really more deep than these other things. This is more purifying even. It's a testimony. We're representing this aspect of the Lord. The Satchitananda here. And presenting that to the world, and that's real purification. If you want real, otherwise there's always some kind of mixtures and contaminations and all that stuff. Here you get rid of that. It just becomes pure bhakti. Pure understanding and just we just go deeper and deeper. You see how it works. It's kind of just gets more and more clear, more and more deep, more and more happy in your heart. Free of the false ego identities, and see you become unconditioned because now you're in the unconditioned truth. It takes this is the beauty of it. It automatically takes all the conditioning away. Yeah, you just hear the truth from a bona fide guru and takes all your condition away. And you worship the Lord in ecstasy, is taking all your condition. That's why it's a quick path.
Yeah. I appreciate everything, my all blessings, and I feel like Krishna gave me people in my life, for example, like my friends or my boyfriend, they accepting me and they are giving me something what I don't have in this material, reality to move. They ground me as a really beneficial, but I am more and more sure. I feel all the time in contrast what I see in reality and what I see in this new age speak, that this is the truth, and I'm getting confirmations all the time, and I'm really thankful because I cannot imagine what these people, how they function,
Yeah,
without this base,
yeah,
without this, there is nothing to hold. It's
yeah.
like ideas of mind.
Well, that's why it's a house of cards, and they're holding on to it. See, but they think it's going to be lasting, and it's only temporary. All these things, the eternal. See, this is eternal truth. The eternal form of Lord Chaitanya is eternal. His understanding, these conceptions, all of the eternal, unconditioned truth. We're holding on too. We're holding on to this. See, this is the secret. Prabhupada was holding on to this. See, he's holding on to eternal truth and the ecstatic worship. That's all there really is. That's solid, man. That's real safe. And this is the safety people are preaching in other ways. There are always some kind of motivations and contaminations and lies, and everything is a lie except devotion to God. But actually, everything's more or less a lie because devotion to God reveals the eternal truths. And without devotion to God, you can't understand what is life about, really. Think, oh, it's
Yeah,
about
because
new
even when we
age.
try,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, because even when we try describe things in this material world how they are, it can be changed by somebody's perception, you know.
Sure.
So it cannot be true because everything is moving and it's temporal.
Yeah. That's why, I challenge these gurus playfully because, you can't knock this down. You could try, and that means you have a truth better than this. But I'm standing, it's like we're playing that poker game, I'm saying, here's my hand. This is my hand here. This is what I've got. What do you got? Well, what are you holding on to? What is your anchor in this world? What is your safety? My safety is devotion to Krishna.
16 rounds.
They say whatever it is. Yeah. So you show your hand is 16 rounds. My hand is one name in ecstasy. To me, that is more powerful. See, that's more conclusive. 16 dry rounds with no tears is one name in ecstasy is more powerful than 100 million names with dry. And people have been doing that for years. In that association, I also started to chant dry. That's why ultimately you got to abandon religion and be in a juicy sangha with just devotees who are worshiping God in spirit and truth. That's all it's here. It's spirit and truth. Spirit is the devotion, and truth is this understanding that comes from it. Yeah. Yeah. Not only a flush, straight flush, very straight, straight.
And
Unconditioned.
never ending
Oh, go ahead.
Entschuldigung, sorry,
No, go
a
ahead.
last
Yeah.
word, and never ending because we experience this over and over and over again, and it feels so wonderful, so unbelievable good and right that you can talk about this, for every people in the world. You are just crazy, they don't know what you are talking about, but only devotee will catch you, will understand you, and you can describe and describe and describe because it's feeling like without bottom, without ending. You are just pulling this line without your very essence, and this is the proof also.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is why, this is like when people say, like Karuna saying, oh, you guys are just yes men, yes women, yes, yes, yes. We're just submissive to truth, man, it's very relishable. It's the only way you can ascertain it. That's where when he realizes this, that's where his happiness will be. See, the doubt makes you unhappy in this world and the next. This is the path with preaching. When you understand that it's about, oh, let me see, this is guru, man. I don't know what I'm trying to be guru. I'm trying to be on top of what he says. I think my opinion is as good as his or the same, or it's about, see, then you stay in the false follower section. See? And you can't take the pleasure of submissive hearing and chanting about the Lord. See, and you got to find a person who relishes these truths, but that means the ecstatic devotee is the authority. That's why I say, you guys, you gurus are not authorities, or anybody in here, you're not an authority, especially if you don't have pure love of God awakened. You should just listen. Not should, I mean, you should eventually come to the conclusion, I would hope you do, that let me just listen. I'm no authority. I don't have pure love of God. See, that's the whole thing. People think that's the Sahaja thing. That's the Godbrother thing. Why should we listen to Prabhupada? We also like this. They weren't like this. They wanted to that's the false followers. Even though Prabhupada didn't explain, it's because it's postgraduate. See, I'm explaining the postgraduate conclusion about what he knew. He said, look at this. They're false followers. They're not real. Look, they did their rules, regulations for 50 years, and they still got envy and jealousy. They didn't go over it. Yeah, a real Vaishnava, he said, that's not real Vaishnava. That's fourth class even. See? I mean, this is truth. See? So his heart was purified by real love of God. See, that's first class Vaishnavism. So like I was in a Narayan Raj group, and they were preaching, oh, this is first class. Did you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, because you meant after 50 years of this rules and regulation, they are not even in fourth class, but their devotees have devotion and they are better than theirs because the better than they, because if gurus false or they do some shit, and it occurs that they are not gurus, they are not purified, their devotees relies on Shastra and they are still saying, yeah, but this is Kali Yuga, we shouldn't expect, but this is Guru Dev, and they are saying what Shastra is saying, and they believe and they have this devotion, but they have no reference for something bigger. So actually, these poor devotees, they have devotion, most of them, but they have nobody who could activate them or no reference. They didn't meet.
Well, yeah. See, they have devotion to speculation. See, that's the thing. See, Krishna is the real Krishna represents eternal truth. But if you're speculating on the eternal truth, see, they're mixed in there. So that's where the taint is. See, they're not devoted to see what you learn from a real guru, according to the Shastras. You learn all the tattvas. You learn Guru Tattva, Maya Tattva. See, Tattva means truth. See, the truth about Guru, the truth about Maya, the truth about Krishna, Rasa Tattva, the truth about Rasa, Radha. See, devotion, mellows. All these, when you have the real Guru, you get to learn about all these things as it is. Otherwise, there's taints of speculation. So I'm not, the Krishna will give you that kind of guru if you're not ready for this, or you can't appreciate this, or you still got offenses, you're against this because you think you're smarter than this, smarter than the real guru, Sometimes the devotees have disciples. Like I have disciples here sometimes. Look at them. They have problems. They always have problems. Because they think they're smarter than their guru or equal to their guru. Or, I had one that said I was actually his guru in a previous life. So this is a teaching from Krishna. And the person would never, all he could do is try to drive a knife down through my preaching from behind my back. That's what kind of purity is that? See? So all the people are devoted to speculation and causes you to be a part of the false followers. See, the real followers had this ecstatic devotion, like here. This is growing here in the devotees, because I'm not devoted to spec, I'm devoted to truth. And the truth awakens this pure bhakti. And pure bhakti awakens more truth. It's like this. See, this is the rasa dance. See? Nobody's known what the rasa dance or explained it quickly, correctly and explicitly so people can understand. Oh, rasa dance, they don't, it's all in their minds. In the Narayana, they don't know what rasa dance is. They all talk about, the rasa dance. But there's no rasa dancing, not transcendental rasa. It's still, mixtures of things and all. Is very tempting to fake that part that is missing. Yeah, exactly. And people do here sometimes. But, after a while you see, it's because you want, it's a desire. See, this is what they're doing in the ones in in our lines that are not in the real line yet. It's so hard to get what's here. It's actually so impossible that people try to fake it because, it's like, they don't even know they're trying to, but they just do. They try to fake being a guru and all that. They give you, So, because the only way to get this is through the mercy, either in this life or the previous life. See, for me, I had it obviously because I just spontaneously awakened just by contact with the books, devotion, the name, just boom, So then I could cultivate this. But most don't have that, or they need help. They have a little, and they need help because Maya overwhelms them easily, with their inconclusiveness, like Tom. He needs help. He's got some bhakti, right? You can see it. But he needs help. A lot of people here need some help. So the guru is here to help fan that, protect that bhakti until it matures in you, and then you give protection to others. Even now, devotees are giving, look, you're preaching, people are getting from you. You're a real teacher. See, a real teacher of bhakti. See, because you're committed to the real path. You were empowered because of dedication to a real guru. So it gives you the power to preach. Otherwise, you wouldn't have it. Yeah. People lose connection to the real line when they don't take Shiksha. That's why those who leave, they don't know that Prabhupada was given Mahavirya and Meena, that were disciples of Prabhupada. He's giving them this opportunity for Shiksha. They need it, but they refuse. They're unclear. See, so so they go back off into that, and they're just so they don't represent the real line. You guys do as teachers, see, because and the bhakti flows, the real path flows through you. See, you can assist in these pastimes. These are the real pastimes. I get them to assist by I use them as preaching examples, which shows you what not to do, actually. And what is the real path by showing you what the false one is. Yeah, that's otherwise you got to make distinctions. Otherwise, you think that's the same as this, right? Oh, yeah, what Mina's doing is the same as what Gohari's doing. Well, not really. Or what Mahavira, see, they think it's better even. See, that's the big fault. That's the offense, is thinking what they're doing is better. See? Because then they are against real Vaishnavas in that way. Even though they see that's the hypocrisy. Oh, yeah, we're into Radha and Krishna and all this and Prabhupada and all this, but they're against those who are empowered by the disciplic line to pull it forward. It's, it's always like this, So anyway, it is what it is. So, everybody breathe now, because I need to breathe. Nah. Karuna says, I don't think I'm better than you. I just don't agree with you on some things. So there you go. There's a hypocrisy. You think I'm better. You think you're better than me because you don't agree. See? And what are you agreeing with? Are you agreeing with me? See? You agree on what? See, I'm just transmitting what's in these books as it is. So when you say you don't agree with me, you're not agreeing with Krishna. And this is not false ego. This is just the truth. And I invite everybody to check what I say. And how you know is Gaurahari, what is he saying? Is it better than any of these gurus is saying? Is it better than anyone else? Is it better than what Karuna Sindhu is saying? That should convince you, Karuna. I mean, you can judge, let the Vaishnavas judge, is Gaurahari more clear or more accurate than what you are presenting? So we can have a little game. We'll have the truth game. Let's unscrabble all of this stuff. So you
Guru
don't agree.
Maharaj,
Yeah, go ahead.
sometimes when I work a lot or when I'm covered or whatever I have, sometimes I used to project on you, or I used to just, listening to you and getting like, what? No, you don't understand. My life is another, I have these desires, I have these two things to do. And then I think, okay, I know you are saying the truth and I love you, but I have some fields and some parts of my life and I know better. So it's the same. But when I'm in my natural state, when I'm devotee and I listen to you and Krishna and Radha, they are dancing, it doesn't mean that I cannot be yoga teacher or something like this or have material friends. I understood that. And I don't feel guilty because it was my shit inside of me which was purified. But I feel exactly when I'm under this tree that I am from spiritual world, and what you are streaming is true, and my body situated in this material life. This is just fucking joke. I don't know what I'm doing here, you know? And everything what is connected to it, it's just a dream. And this is the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, nice try, Karuna, but smells like hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
No, I see he's being real. I glad. Let's have that's our discussion. Because he believes that, right? So that's his honest truth. So I have my truth, he has his truth. And he may go on and say, well, I don't care, man. I still have my opinion. Well, Arjai was like that. He had another opinion. See, and he would hold on to it, and his opinion I was not like mine. See, and I didn't. To me, it wasn't Krishna's opinion, really. I mean, it's Krishna's opinion mixed in Maya and all his motives and all that. And he didn't accept my opinion. He even said the same thing as Karuna. They all do. It's just the same thing with Prabhupada's godbrothers. They had a different opinion than him. Prabhupada had his guru's opinion because it's always the same. When you're a real, empowered, pure devotee, purified devotee, it's the same opinion in the line. That's the whole point of the line. See, the line is the electricity of the opinion for all the way back from Lord Chaitanya, all the way through the line till now. Otherwise, how are you going to know? So what they got is these people preaching austerities and rituals and all of that is the way to attain Krishna. That is not coming from Lord Chaitanya in his teaching to the world. See, that's only for those who can't understand his teaching. See, postgraduate. So I'm presenting postgraduate. This is as it is. This is the essence. This is how to come to the point of, oh, the truth is so wonderful. This is my treasure. Oh, man, this is my life and soul. See, that's the way it is for devotees. This is my wealth. My Krishna is his truth, man. Is this ecstatic? Where is my Radha, my Krishna? Oh, yes. I present to the world, and we got the Karunas coming up and saying, my opinion different. Well, you don't look as happy as I do. Or the ones here accepting that truth. You don't look as happy as the river who's laughing and crying most of the time. You'll see she's going to get over the unconditioned part and she's going to be blissed out of her mind all the time. And then you'll have nothing to put on her saying, well, she's a witch sometimes. You'll see the witchy woman is going. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. You're muted. You're muted. Oh, no, yeah, you're muted. Yep. Do you hear her? No. Yeah, we don't hear you. Oh, you can go off and come back on. That sometimes does it. You go off and come back on. This is my priority, but can I live to that? Live to it. It doesn't make sense. Clarify what you're saying. Chit, it's all about face it, isn't it? It's all about face, isn't it? Chit, it's all about face. You guys are so unclear, man. I don't know. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, go ahead. Try that. You might have to restart your. Is it a computer you got? Restart the whole thing. That's all you have. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Yeah. He says, I love witches. You know that song, Witchy Woman? Witchy Woman. I always like that song, Witchy Woman. I had a relationship with a beautiful woman. Oh, she was gorgeous, man. And I used to walk with her, and I was so proud, man. I got this beautiful woman on my. And then after 4 months in the relationship, she said, "I want to show you what I'm really like." And it was you know, oh boy, she was a witch. She admitted, self-admitted a witch. She always liked kind of wearing dark stuff. It was kind of interesting. And she looked like, after I said, yeah, she really is Yeah. She used to wake up when I was sleeping next to her. She'd wake up in the middle of the night. He was like ghost must have been. After 4 months, I found out. Not to say everybody's like that. Was just one particular. I'm sure men have witches in them too, warlocks. Look at the tears. Look at the external look. At the laughing, bhakti goes deeper. You can't judge a book by its cover. You see, again, that's not conclusive. Look at the tears. Yeah, we'll look at the tears. We're saying look at the tears, because if you got a lot of tears, you're going to have a lot of understanding. If you don't have the tears coming from ecstatic worship, you're not going to be very deep in your realizations, not very pure in them. See, so your conclusions not very aromatic. Let's put it that way. See, look at the tears. Look at the external look. Yeah, that's part of it. That means that person is empowered by bhakti, especially when you look and you hear from them. You hear the result of their ecstatic worship that, wow, nobody thinks that deeply about Krishna. Nobody is that clear or very rare to find. See? Yeah, look at the tears. That's the thing. Laughing, bhakti goes deeper. No, bhakti doesn't go. Bhakti, that's the depth of bhakti. Bhakti does go deeper. There'll be more tears and more ecstasy and more realizations. That's what we preach here. So your realizations are not up to snuff. I'm not ready to follow you there, Karuna. Anybody else want to follow his conclusions? Bhakti,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover. Yes, you can. When you see the cover is on the cover of the book are its contents. I mean, I get a book and I look at that book and I can tell, is that book for me? Yeah. So you got to know, oh, look at the cover of that book, man. All this ecstasy is coming out. That's from the internal condition of that book. What's in the contents? When you see the contents spilling out of the book, right? The book is the devotee, and the contents are those tears and ecstatic worship and all these realizations. That's what you need to do, is see all these contents from within the book spilling out all over the place. Oops.
Yamuna is ready to talk.
Oh, yeah, go ahead there.
Is it working? Is it working now?
Yes. There you go.
I think I know what was wrong. So do you remember the third year when I was going through lots of purification and you was like, oh my God, your brain is wired up really weird. And you did a little bit, you did some research on it for me. And I actually went into that research and my brain was like, because you couldn't understand what was going off with this deep purification. Yeah. It's happening to him. The way his brain is wired. I won't say the word. I'll tell you another time that. But his brain is wired in a certain way, and it can't get through to this deep understanding of the Lord.
Yeah. Well, that's the ignorance is destroyed. If you're a little open, you can present your conclusions, because that's real for him. That's what he believes.
Yeah.
If you put it out, you begin to see it better.
Yeah.
Or Or if you're really attached to those conclusions, maybe you think, well, I don't agree with that. I'm going to go. That's how the disciplic line separates. See, after the acharya leaves, these people carry those conclusions. And if the devotees are not strongly preaching, or maybe they are, and then they just separate because they don't believe it. This, like my ex-wife, she just disagrees. She found a better devotee than me, better devotees. See, she disagrees with these conclusions. See, therefore she goes, and so so that's for her. I don't. To me, this is the more real thing. She's not showing symptoms of growing. Same thing with Mahavir. Same thing with Meena. I look at, okay, you found a better thing, more conclusive. Well, how come your bliss is not expanded? How come you're having signs of external bhakti? Why are you preaching what Lord Chaitanya didn't preach if you're so much deeper into this? See, the Lord gives me this kind of intelligence to analyze the situation. That's why I'm more here. You can't. I just see. Well, look, my ex-wife and me, Mahavira and Meena, they can't analyze the situation. Or Christina, you're not analyzing it. That means your realization is diminished.
Where is Christina?
Where is she? Who knows? I don't know. Ask Tom. Maybe he's heard something. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that happens sometimes. People, they just get bewildered. But she made contact. She knows a little something, and
Yeah. You must come through fire to stay here.
Yeah, you got to come for fire, man. You burn up. But that's how it works, And if you come in alignment, see, so this thing about being yes man and yes woman, it's yes. I'm saying yes. I love, I'm just doing what I love. I love these conclusions. I've always loved them. From the very beginning, I loved them. From the very beginning, I knew I belonged with Lord Chaitanya. I knew I was part of that. I knew it. I mean, I didn't know philosophically. I just got the book and I said, man, I belong with I've been looking for this who knows how long. I love these devotees. I love what they're preaching. I know what they're preaching. Yeah. And so and you'll have that. I mean, you're getting that because if you did take another birth, it'll be what you are now, what you bind on earth. You bind devotion and love for the clear truth. Oh, that's forever. You come back if you do take a body, and you'll be a teacher and a spiritual master for this. People need this. Who's doing this kind of work? It's what Jesus came to do, this kind of work. Oh. Yay, Govinda. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to make a message if you're down there. Otherwise, I can't see. It's good.
I thought it was a really important class you did the other day, because this is the thing, and you were sharing about it in class, that affected Prabhupada. People have got taken down by this Sahaja, this Judas thing that we see. And people need to go through it, and it's just to go through. But I just realized, like Janardhan is making a comment, he looks up to Karuna, he looks up to you. Well, therefore, I don't look up to you, Janardhan. I look up to where ecstatic devotion is, like I see in Sharma-sun. She's sincerely doing her classes, and it just shows a bit of unclarity when persons say, well, I look up to him, I look up to him. No, that's the mixing, because Guru Hari's opinion is Chaitanya's opinion. And that's it. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. So we have to get these things clear. And devotees have to go through what they go through. And there are places, when you go to these places, say, for instance, say, Narcotics Anonymous, there's a time span. You share your stuff, you put it on the table, and that means you don't engage people all day long in your bullshit all day long, because they don't have time. But when you go to these places, you have a space.
Yeah.
Narcotics Anonymous is an open meeting. It means you don't have to be an addict. You can go along. But if you don't go along and you just want to carry on in your merry way, dissing Guru, putting out horrible posts, well, okay, just do what you do, man. But I don't look up to the Karunas or the Jardiners are not clear. I look up to where there's real devotion and sincerity, like in the Janakis. And the Johans and the Lalitas. And that's it, man. That's the path. Great class you did yesterday. I'm going to transcribe that one because it's important.
Yeah. This is the thing, is what I'm sharing is what gives me this particular kind of life. That's what everybody's doing. See, that's the whole thing. Karuna also, Prabhupada's God Brothers and everything. See, the kind of life that Prabhupada had, what I liked was he was conclusive, and I could relate to that. That attracted me. It didn't. The God Brothers philosophy and all that was not enough to attract me. Like a lot of people, they philosophical. Even here, a devotee comes and out there, and they philosophically say things, and they're no personal experience of that. And they go, "Oh, this is so great! It's just like this." No, it ain't like this. This is Prabhupada was an experienced person, experienced love of Krishna and the depth of the knowledge and stuff. That's why his books are wonderful. So, and the devotee preaching from that platform also is very powerful. And so I'm preaching what I've taken shelter of, and what I've taken shelter of gives me ecstatic love. So if people are preaching something else and they're miserable and they're confused and depressed and all that, why should I take shelter of Karuna's ideas when it doesn't give him the kind of shelter I get? See, I'm just looking, if you got something better than I do, then hey, yeah, let me learn from you. But you and the God Brothers of Prabhupada, they didn't show me they have something better than him. And Narayan Raj too. I went to him and show me something you got better than what I already have. Nothing. Matter of fact, he couldn't even understand what I had. I couldn't even, I was trying to listen to his preaching. It was all up here. I couldn't even get it. And it wasn't a bad thing of not like he was preaching something. It's just speculation, to be honest. Not understanding. I mean, he understood stuff, and it was okay. I mean, to the point of being like just like the God Brothers, they understand renunciation and austerities, and they speculate on Radha and Krishna and all that stuff. But, and people think, oh, that's pure, the highest. But you see no ecstatic love. See? You never see the ones who really knew Radha and Krishna when 550 years ago, they had the real ecstasy. Okay? So I know, even though Prabhupada didn't show it in these other, you can tell that they had it. You can even, Prabhupada actually exhibit it sometimes.
and Guru Hari and devotees, and this could help Karuna. I share this from personal experience.
Go ahead.
Just from personal experience. There was a time I used to get high, not from drinking or drugs, just from on the lifestyle I was living. And I would be hallucinating. It was that strong. Not sleeping, working 12-hour shifts on a shop floor, the life I was living, going out clubbing, but not really drinking or drugging. I would get high, and I thought that was great. I thought it was a high. Now, at that time, I didn't know much about Krishna consciousness, but if it was introduced to me, I would have probably said, yeah, I've got that. If you come to me then and show me about Prema Bhakti. So I think, there's persons who could help Karuna. I don't have any animosity. I've always offered an olive branch to help, but I'm not going to waste my time until persons are wanting to listen or make a bridge or connection. But there's got to be I've got to see some sincerity. I don't see sincerity. I don't know. I just don't see it. I see the same thing over and over again until we come to the point of, basically I shut my mouth for 2 years and I listened in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, even before I went to meetings every day and listened to people and how they got better. I didn't try to tell them how to do sobriety when they had 20 years. It's like Karuna's trying to tell a Prema Bhakti how to do Prema Bhakti. He hasn't got Prema Bhakti. Mm-hmm. If these persons would listen, but they don't often want to listen. They still want to, I don't know.
Well, yeah, he's working it out. This is how we work it out. See, this is how we work it out. Like, so he says, it draws it out. Like here, he said, dude, I'm not asking for people to take shelter of me, but in a sense you are, if you want them to agree with you, or you think that your ideas are better, because everybody's trying to establish their ideas, their conclusions. So it's just natural. We all do it. I'm trying to establish my conclusion. It's our nature to do that. That's what friends are. I mean, so that's so you want people, because if they agree with you, then they'll be, like on the same vibrational level type thing, because they're agreeing with your thoughts. So you're trying to establish yourself. They did this with Lord Chaitanya. See, so the Lord also, he established what he believed in. And what he believed in caused him to be ecstatic and very deep thinker, the better thinker than anybody else. So that's just how it is. And then if you take shelter of that knowledge that they have, that gives them ecstasy, you get ecstasy in that deep knowledge too, deep understanding. And then it goes deep, it never stops. It goes on forever. You get deeper, deeper, deeper realization, revelation. See? So otherwise, this stuff is limited. Your ideas keep you on the material platform in doubt, unhappy, and depressed.
Yeah,
See?
and that's why. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah, and
I think it's also
I'm not saying this as a bad thing. I'm just saying what is. See, I'm just saying, look at your own experience, and now I don't think this is bad that Karuna is revealing this. This is good. It's actually very good because it gives me a chance to talk about it. So that's what is good. It's not bad. Janardhan too is making great progress. He's sharing so many nice things that's happening to him. He says he's realizing a lot of stuff. Beautiful. Okay. So I asked him, okay, I disagree. Okay. All right. Oops. So I disagree. CHD said that Radha and Krishna did not have intercourse. That's all. And I still love him. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But that is completely wrong. That they didn't have. Of course they didn't have intercourse. They had intercourse spiritually, and when you have true intercourse spiritually, spirit to spirit has nothing to do with the material body. That's why they had husbands and wives. You don't know that. See, therefore you disagree because you don't lack that experience. This makes more sense that they, could you imagine they have intercourse, on the physical level, but why would they show the example of having marriage? Can you imagine? I would never believe in Radha and Krishna if they were married and they also went with Krishna and had physical intercourse. That is sick, isn't it? Isn't that sick? Don't they put people in jail for that? Don't they become humiliated? I mean, here Radha and Krishna married, right? They have kids and all that, and then they get together and have sex with Krishna. Doesn't that even sound disgraceful? It sounds ridiculous. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm going to have sex with my husband, and I'm going to come and have sex with Krishna too, physically. That sounds degraded to me. I would never believe in a God like that. You can, Karuna, but that's why you're like that. That's why you're depressed. You have those ideas. That's why your guru is a sicko, the ex-guru. He's sicko, thinking like that. To me, I mean, think about it. Radha and Krishna are married, and physically they got husbands, right? They had, well, I don't know, Radha had a children, but the gopis, say the gopis, they have children, babies, they have sex with their husbands, and then they're going to go and have physical sex with Krishna. That is abominable. It is abominable. Now, what's nice, what is pure, they have sex with their husband. That's okay. They have their babies, right? Feed their little babies. They come to Krishna and have this spiritual communion. Now, isn't that beautiful? That is faultless. See? Because that's what it's about. Spirit to spirit. That's why you see that happens here. That's why we are in Vrindavan. We do the same thing. You can have your little physical sex, right? Right? Shyamasundar has her boyfriend. Not even married. She has her little boyfriend. They got I'm sure they're doing the little things, together. That's what boyfriends and girlfriends do. But she has her thing with Krishna, right? Where's the sex with Krishna there, Shyamasundari, huh? You have any sexual? No, it's in the heart. See? So I'm here I'm going to smash your ideas. Keep bringing them out, everyone. I just want to take those things.
Excuse me, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to mention one thing.
Okay, go for it.
from me. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's important to mention that it's not like against Karuna as a person or as a spirit or whoever
Yeah.
he is.
Yes.
It's against his conception. It's like we want to release, we want to cultivate, this consciousness, this streaming, we want to squeeze and get a lot. And I think it's nice that it comes up, that we are
Yeah.
talking about this, what
Yeah, it's
Karuna did.
great.
But I want to express that I have very heavy feeling towards his behavior, towards his language, towards his posts, and I decided to block him to protect me, because as Govinda said, I don't have really time, and my time is so, I don't have time, I have always sacrificed something that I did, to listen, but I want to listen, because when I listen, then I'm more with God, and I'm more efficient in my life. I'm transforming. I am getting closer to who I am. But I don't post, and I invite some people who are close to me to your lectures, but I'm really worried, and I have very bad experience with what he was doing under your lectures.
Well,
And
I'm
I
going to
don't,
have a
and I
nice.
know that we are all purifying, and I know we are all purifying, and this shit goes out of us, but it's really too much, and I just don't agree for this.
No, I
and it's not
understand.
against him as person.
No.
You have more
Don't
mercy.
worry. Don't worry. River and I will groom Karuna, and we're going to present him nice as a very nice person to you, Govinda, and you guys can block and be on the side. And River and I we're working on the situation. He's going to be fantastic. He'll be like Jagai and Madai. They became fantastic association. I'm doing our work. I just leave it up to us, right, River? River and I are doing our work. So anyway, so there's that. You see that this is the difference. They have their physical relationship, and then they have the spiritual. But this, what he's saying, has been a big confusion to a lot of Vaishnavas, even the Narayan Raj group. They have that one guru. He believes what he's believing. That's a contamination. It's not even logical, and it's abominable. It really is. It's not how it is, and that's a contamination because it's not true. It's not like that. Okay, what else does Karuna say? Just keep putting them up there, and we'll discuss. It's good. Have a discussion. I get a lot out of this, actually. Dude, I'm not asking for people to take shower. Yeah, you are. That's there are lines like that. You end up getting the taste because people start listening to you because you got some kind of power, charisma. Ask River; she knows there's a charisma there. People, you will fall for that, man. You will get engrossed. You will get, these people are following my ideas. Oh yeah, and you'll become a guru. See, I'm breaking the chain. This is divine intervention. You'll become a guru like that one you had before, who did that kind of stuff. I saw the pictures, man. They're weird. That's weirdness, man. That ain't Radha and Krishna. That's bullshit, man. So anyway, I'm here to divine intervention to interrupt that stuff. Okay, I just disagree with parts of your philosophy. Well, that part there is got to go. Just philosophically. I mean, I'm telling you, you judge it. Do you think your idea is still true after I just said what I said? I'd like to know. Do you still hold to that conception that they had sex and then they went home and had sex with their husbands and then they went and had sex with Krishna and had physical sex with their husbands? I would never worship a god like that. See? That is not pure, but that's pure. To me, you see how this is better, and this is so right on. They have their sex and their husbands, right? Because that's what you do when you have a material body. You have husbands and you have the relationships and you have babies. It procreates. But isn't that beautiful? You can have a relationship with God also that is actually eternal, that we're all built for, that your husband can have too, and you can have too, that is the source, and that is pure. It has nothing to do with the physical procreation thing. Because here, see, this is the thing. This is how I make babies, man. I also am making babies. I'm also having fathering, mothering people here. You're born of what? You're born of the love of God. You're born of the word of God. See, the conclusive truth. You're born. Doesn't it? Look at the spiritual birth. Look at you guys are alive now. You guys are spiritually growing. Have I had sex with anybody? Well, you know, I might have had some little thing, but anyway, that's not how it's done. That's only for fun. But you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. That's an unusual thing. The bottom line is the ecstasy and intimacy with God. This is what we preach here. That's why you. Oh yeah, go ahead there, River.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I found that really awful, actually, when I didn't understand that about the relationship of the gopis having sex with their husband and then having sex with Krishna. I found that really difficult when I didn't understand it, especially coming from my upbringing. And I had to just stay focused and stay with it. And now coming to this and what you're actually saying is such a relief, so beautiful, so, oh my God, that it's spiritual sex. And it is really spiritual sex. And I feel that spiritual sex.
Yeah.
I feel it. And it's just, it is beautiful. And what Karuna's doing is he's helping you in a way, like you said.
Yeah, this is great. I like it. Yeah, this is
even though he's a little
fantastic.
rascal, a big rascal, he's helping as well. But yes, I found that so difficult, Maharaj. These people who say that they're having sex, and you know, the Vaishnavas and all, and the things that they do behind closed doors and things like that.
Yeah.
They will never understand unless they come here and feel this empowerment that you speak, the power of your words and telling exactly what is happening. You know, it's like the huge snare in in Vaishnavism in them, that this sex thing, and it's perfect, it's spot on, and it's beautiful. And my gosh, I'm so glad to be hearing this truth from you.
Yeah. You know, this is this is the thing, and you're purified by hearing, and you can get this. A lot of people can't get this because they don't go through the hearing process. You really got to purify, because the people have taken on, like Karuna also, he's taken on from these gurus and this example, maybe his conditioning, you know, from traumas and all that stuff. Anyway, you get unconditioned here, and then you can appreciate the conclusive truth, because it's beautiful. I mean, like, I've never thought to express it like this. I love it. I love conclusive truth about how it is. This clears up for me and for many others in the future how it really is in Vrindavan. They don't know. They speculate, you know, or they'll say, well, there's something, you know, that we can't quite understand. And well, you can understand it because it is clear. It's truth, man. You know, they have their husbands, and, you know, as their example, they had babies, many of the gopis, and then they had spiritual communion with the Lord, you know, and we know because we're doing it, you know. Otherwise, you just speculate what it is and what you do, you don't know. So anyway, good, Karuna, thank you. So I know you're not Karuna, SCH, but perhaps be a different example, just expressing. He's a different example, but here there's an example of conclusive truth, the way things actually are in the eyes of God. So it's kind of bold. I'm actually saying what I'm saying is actually in the eyes of God. And so, oh, who is he to say that? Everybody's got their opinion. They should all be the same. Well, I present this to the world, this conclusion. You show me a better, more cleaner understanding of the absolute truth, and we'll accept it. That's how it's about. Show me a more logical explanation of Vrindavan and the relationships there than what you just heard here. Nobody's ever said this. Nobody's ever attempted. This is all a gift. To me, this is treasure. That's why I come here every day, man. I get a lot of treasure. To me, this is gold. Golden. right? See, River Preeti, she expressed, I love this. She is, I love this, all this. That's why I have a great association. I'll kiss her feet. She loves eternal truth. I'll kiss anybody's feet who loves it, even Govinda's. He loves eternal truth, man. You know, kiss their feet, man. Then you're proving to God that you're part of him. You know, you're part of his real intimate associates. Otherwise, you're on the outside. You want to be on the inside, Karuna? Well, you know, that's how it is. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Govinda couldn't help me if he ever tied his shoes. Well, you know, we're going to just present him, you know, because, you know, they want to make progress in their bhajan. They don't want to disturb, you know, you know, it takes a lot of spiritual potency and power, you know, and to kind of deal with a guy like you, you know. To deal with sahaja. I gotta get that. I'm after that sahaja part there. I love a challenge, man. It's great challenges. So no, I just disagree with. He's still disagreeing. Let's see. I wonder. I don't give a shit about who agrees or disagrees. Really, you know, still. Well, look, that's why you're unhappy. That's why you're depressed. That's why you go out and get sauced, man. And then you go out and you want to put it on the internet. Hey, man, look how that kind of a drunk. I'm a disciple of Gohari, man. I'm a drunk, man. Oh yeah, thank you very much for your preaching, man. You want to continue that preaching, or you're ready to confront the man, man? Yeah. So that's what we're doing here. You know, we're going to get it out, man. We're going to scrape out all of that garbage, man, and throw it right in the can. You know, these opinions, they're not clean. So let me know, do you agree with me about that issue or not? I want to know, is there anything still lurking in there? Or are you at least going to think about it deeply? Or do you still say, no, I really believe they got sex? Tell me.
So why doesn't Karuna just go back with all these ideas about sex? Why don't you just go back to your tantric bondage guru and do us all a favor, you know? Just go back to him, you know? That's what you're into. Go back to him.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to hear what he has to say about this. If he's, tell me after we express this, I want to hear do you still believe that? Or are you in a thing maybe thinking about it, or, you know, just let me know where you're at with what I just said. I'd like to hear it. That's
because it's like Sharma said, it's an important thing. Gohari's trying to help you. I'm not worthy of helping you because whatever reason, River's trying to help you. There's a point where, what's the point, man? What's the point? You can only help somebody who wants to be helped. If they're so full of themselves, let them fall down. Let them fall down. Otherwise, you facilitate their bullshit, give them a place to live, fund them, and these sort of things.
Yeah.
They would just carry on doing their bullshit.
I ain't quite ready to give up on him yet. I want to.
Yeah. Also, I'm not giving up on him, but.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think philosophically we just need to straighten it out first. We'll try that first. Yeah. And if, you know, let's see. So Andromeda says some can drink and smoke and others have substance. Yeah, I mean, there's that there because, you know, it's part of it. Yeah, what you're saying is true. So we are comparing qualities of the shelters we are living in, the worlds we are living, and then we can. We can choose. Yeah, purification. Krishna is a shelter. I don't agree with a little point regarding Radha and Krishna Leela, but I can still relish. Similarly, I can relish a Christian's mass. I may not agree with all the philosophy, but I can appreciate. Yeah, you can see that's the same thing with. You can relish, but not relish, not really, not like this standard. See, so, and so that's kind of like, that's why ultimately you got to get it purified. See, if you say, I just want to be like this, then you just naturally separate yourself from your friends here. You just naturally will. That's why they feel that way. See? So it depends on how much you want to hold on to your ideas about, well, I still believe this. And that's kind of like the Prabhupada's Godbrothers. They, for their whole lives, 50 years, they still held on to their ideas. They didn't agree with Prabhupada and all that. You know, many of them, not all of them, but many of them. And that's just how it is. That separates you from the more intimate associates. See, the more intimate associates are like River, like they hear a conclusive idea and they can really relish it. I mean, taste it. It's like, wow, this is a jewel. See, we're teaching to be like Lord Caitanya and his devotees here. See, the others are like more like, you know, they're more speculations and all that. They call that relish. I don't call that. That's not relish to me. That's not a condiment. No. Maybe it's a condiment to you to take what we use and then put it in your ideas. To me, that creates the false disciplic line. Because if I disappear, you're going to be teaching, I guarantee it, and some people will listen. But those who get hooked on the clear truth, they won't listen. They'll see, I don't like that. It's only for people that are like more in the masses, and they're bamboozled by charisma and by speculations, and person given a little more crooked intelligence. You're still under the snake there. You know, I'm here to charm the snake, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see what else. Krishna, boom. All right. Let's see what else he's got to say. See, it's also like, you know, the Kalya serpent. You notice Kalya was in Vrindavan, right? In the river, and Kalya was poisoning people. It's like this here. See, I can deal with the poison. Krishna can deal with the poison. His more mature devotees can. But the others, the others that may be not so mature, they got to distance themselves because that poison's emanating out, and it's bothering their bhakti. You know, it's causing influence. So Krishna, and also I do the same thing because he's empowering me to handle the dangerous energies. Kalya can be useful. Like this is very useful in this preaching. So, but also Krishna said, Kalya, you're going to have to stay at the edge of Vrindavan there. You can't come fully in because you got too much poison. And I have to say the same thing with Karuna. You got a little Kalya in there. And you have to stay on the edge. You're not part of the intimate. You can be and you will be in due course, but still you got to get over this. You're like, there's that little Judas part that wants to, throw the knife in, and that's why you stay on the edge. But, it's useful what you're doing there because I can, it makes things more clear. Isn't clarity the idea? There is a use for Kalya, And so what did Krishna do? What Gohari does, dance on the hoods. Right? I'm just dancing, man. With a smile, it's good. And you'll all be like that. See, this is the whole point. This Sangha is to make you strong. See? Strong, man. You start after a while poison, say, I eat this. You're like a Schwarzenegger guy, the guy. I eat just Maya for breakfast, man. Give me some. Let me chew it up and I'll show you what inclusive truth is. We'll use that. See, I'll use your gurus, man. I'll use your preachings. I'll use your austerities and everything that's not conclusive. Stuff like that. Karuna, what are you talking about?
Had the same, didn't he? There was millions and millions or thousands of how many who had the opinion that Karuna's got at the time of Prabhupada, but there was one Prabhupada. There's one Acharya Shri Gaura Haridas. Karuna's one of millions who've got this unclear idea. I've heard many of them in the rooms. I was many of them myself. But I put my shit on the table and I was able to accept help. We shall see if he accepts help or carry on purporting his till it's out. I don't know. But I don't have anything against him, as just the way it is.
Yeah, the way it is.
But I understand Sharma doesn't want to spend so much time. I also prioritize my time.
Yeah.
unless somebody's sincere. I'm not going to give time to somebody who's going to continue with their bullshit. I've seen too much of it. You know, you facilitate often their bullshit, but maybe we shall see. But, you know, we shall see.
Yeah, well, see, that's the mercy, Karuna, that you're getting from the Vaishnavas. You get it on different ways. See, they're spending time with you in this way. So he says, "What, you lost me? What are you talking about?" So what I'm talking to is your unconscious right now. Then that's okay. It's getting through. It's in the unconscious. Even by unconsciously chanting the holy name, you can be liberated. Can you explain the scratch marks on Radha's chest? Yeah, I mean, I'm always scratching on. I'm scratching like a chicken. You know, hey Radha, you know, I want some of your love. I want some of your bhakti. Scratching, yes. Well, those are the marks. The metaphors. You know, what do you, it's just like, can you explain to me the lust? I know they had lust. They had to have physical lust, sex. Can you explain that lust? Yeah, lust for love, lust for God. That's why they use that word. That's why they use scratch marks. That's why the love, oh, they were tired from the love play. How do I know? Well, I get tired from the love play too. It's intense to worship ecstatically loving Krishna. After a while, I'm like, okay, man, let's relax for a while. And then I'm back at it again. I know, because that's my life, man. But Karuna, because you don't know, it's like, well, tell me about the love play. They're in that bed of flowers. They got to have sex, because my mind, I want sex too. I got a big. When I look, when you see me, you just see a big penis. You know, that's what I see when I see Karuna. It's like a big penis walking around. His mind is a. He's got a penis fetish or something, man. He's really, and he has to put it up there. Yeah, go hard. He's meditating on this stuff. Well, anyway, we'll turn that into the lust for Radha and Krishna love, pure love. Oh, there's no wrong with it, but they got to use some word. You know, they use the word. What? Go ahead. What?
We are saying that the people need this preaching, and we at the same time we know at which level of consciousness are regular people. And I cannot imagine that the people who I know, and then I ask them to come here, and then Karuna is coming with this comment, yeah, Krishna is fuck God, you know. And I know who's supporting this comment. He's supporting you as Gurudev, or is this preaching, or is what he's actually doing. And right now he's saying they wake up in each other clothes, you know. And now I understand why this stuff is forbidden. People like him shouldn't read this stuff, because I didn't read this stuff. But when I see that they wake up in each other clothes, then I understand this, that because of the spiritual union, you know, the flavor of it, that they state with, when you separate, you still have this union, you know, you still have this part of your lover. And it's not clothes like clothes, but just a part of your lover state after this night, you know. I'm just maintaining what I said. For me, this stuff are heavy, and it's awful what he's doing. This is my opinion, and I cut it.
But that's why for Karuna to be here, I have to counter all this stuff, and it can be useful to a point. But you know, that's why he has to stay on the outside. Because I also don't want this. I don't want this misrepresented. I don't want him to take this energy and misrepresent it and out there. I'm not going to give it to him that way. I'm going to give it to him like this. I'll just try to turn his ideas. But if he holds on to them, he'll never be an intimate. He'll just stay on the outside. But that's his thing. You know, it's his life, you know. But I'm here to protect Krishna and his conceptions. So it's fine while I'm here, I'm looking at this, and I'll look and see the result, how long he maintains this stuff. If he's gonna say, I still ain't gonna always be like this, well, then you're gonna always be on the outside, and probably more. There'll be a time I'll probably say I'm fed up myself. You know, I also I blocked him also because I don't want him to have these intimate things that I share, because he's twisting them in that way, and I don't like that. I don't like that being him representing my preaching in that way, to say things out of context, taking these things about Gaurahari says that Radha and Krishna don't have sex, and I'm sharing it. We're talking here where there's context and everything. He just puts it out there, and everybody, their minds go all kinds of stuff, or Krishna doesn't have a penis, and all this stuff. I never said that. Of course he had a penis. Lord Chaitanya peed on that. Now I know why he peed on Murari's thing. And Krishna used to pass urine in the corner and all this. What do you mean he had that? Where's the urine coming from? They have the equipment, but just like we have the equipment also, but we're not doing that with the devotees. See, with Krishna, with Krishna, we're doing it from the heart. It's the same thing. Now, go to Dwarka. Krishna was married himself. He also had sex. He had children, literally physical children, many of them. And also he had love for his devotees, which was pure. See, that pure, he had the love relations also. And then again, you can look on the other level. Metaphorically, he had children, and they're born of the word, born of the truth, of loving him, and they become your sons. You don't have to have the seminal thing. You can or you can't. It's versatile. You're more free, Oh, yeah, you want to make sons that way? Because in our line, it was done. Krishna, some of the devotees were ordered to be married. Ishan was ordered. He got married and had kids. But you don't have to. You can. I have kids this way. I like it better this way, less responsibility. You just come here and I'll make you a child of God. That's what we're here to do. Born of we're sowing seeds of the kingdom. You'll start loving God like the Father does and the Mother does, because the Father and Mother live in me. Why shouldn't they be in you? Do you want to really be happy? It's a happy experience to have those two dancing in your heart, man. So there's the explanation. You're grooming nothing, mate. Yeah, okay. If that's what it comes down to, you'll be on the outside and maybe further outside. We'll just put you on the more outskirts, more farther. Just got to do it, because I don't want this stuff poisoned. They don't want it. Obviously, they don't want it. So there has to be a change. Either there's changes in you, or there's changes in our relationship. You become more of a distance. So we'll see what goes on. So this is good. I like clarity, man. I like to clearly know where my relationships are with the devotees. Are they to be close and closer, or they should be more distance with people in the Sangha? I want to know that too, because I also want me to progress, and I want our preaching to progress. I don't want poison to stay in here and poison what we're doing. So the poison's got to be transformed in you. Otherwise, we see that your tail is like curved and doesn't want to straighten out. The dog's tail, it never straightens out. Well, I'm checking this. Don't worry, guys. I'm checking very clearly to see if he's one of those. Because if you are, you'll be on a distance and you'll remain a distance. I'll just pull you out of the closet when we need to preach if you want to stay around. That's all. You notice you don't see him up here anymore. He's kind of keep him at a distance, because, like you say, your bhakti is hampered by that, and I don't want that. I'm here to protect. Krishna said the same thing about Kalya. He says, "I'm here to protect Vrindavan." Kalya could have been there, and Krishna's all right with it. Snakes coil around him. That doesn't bother me, these things. It just bothers my preaching. I'm here to preach, and I know, the Lord shows me what's favorable for it and what isn't. And if that gets too unfavorable, I have to put it at a distance for the sake of the devotees' progress here. I want to, it's very rare to find love of God being preached amongst all these people who believe in motivated religion and speculations and austerities and all this other stuff to get God. Yeah, this is a very purifying thing, very pure thing happening here. It needs to be protected. And when people's bhakti is like strong like an ox, well, kalyas can be, anything. But other people, new people too, you got to take in consideration because they get contaminated. They want to also grow. Okay, so anyway, it's good to see this. I'm happy in my relationship. Okay, can you explain that? You're happy in your relationship with Krishna the way it is? Well, that's fine. You have a right to have your relationship, and I have a right to have mine, and I have a right to know I'm here to preach. I have a mission here. Your relationship is not up to standard. Your conceptions are not. I mean, you think you just don't want to be a yes man. I say yes to the best conclusion about Krishna that I can understand. I say yes, and if you're saying yes to that still, then you're not really close in this group. Okay. So your conclusion, I don't say yes to that. You've convinced me that is speculation, more poison. That doesn't, I don't say yes to that. I'm not asking you to tie your knob up. Holy chit. Krishna is the god of what? What is that coming from? See, that's why Facebook banned you, man, because you don't need to use words like that. See? So, and they'll probably ban you again. That's against community stand. They have a big thing about the commenting like that stuff, I mean, if you can't use your brain, maybe this is. And it's great for us to discuss. Full comprehension, exactly.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Who's drinking alcohol? Yeah, I mean, you got to be intelligent. I mean, I can have a beer sometimes. I like a beer. I like the taste to get a little buzz, but I'm not sitting there like drinking all the time. I don't preach that you got to be completely renounced or not. You got to be intelligent. I mean, if you're an alcoholic from before, you got to be careful. It's like I can't smoke a cigarette. I know that if I smoke a cigarette, I'm finished, man. I'll keep going. And then I have a hard time. I have to get over it.
But there's one thing I just add that I always appreciated, like I've only seen you have one glass of wine in the whole time I think I've been with you, but you asked both me and Rangaleka, this is compassion. Do you mind if I have a glass of wine? That's compassion. Not in your face, I'm going to drink and I'm not, Yeah. It's okay. I'm not against people who and drink either, but I know the effects of your drinking, what they've caused on the women around you, Karuna.
Yeah.
I wouldn't send persons to be in your association because you asked me for my address. So let's get it out there. Why would I let you come and stay with me when you're like you are, man? Aggressive, you beat up women. You need to do some work on yourself. I've worked with people like that. I have no problem, but you don't want to take my help. And I've got experience of people who've been in, done these things, and I don't make no judgment. I offer my help. You don't take it. Again and again, you don't take it. So do what you do, man. Go back to your Tantra bondage guru. That guy who you had before. Go see him.
Yeah. Isn't good. I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. Let's say you're bragging that you would consume because you're bragging. I'm just trying to teach, you understand bragging and stuff like that. That's false. To be honest with you, Adrama, that's the false ego stuff. Bragging. This is Not the point. I'm here preaching what is real, and who can do and who can't. And you got to know yourself a little better. It's not about like, should you be completely renounced or not renounced? Is it all or nothing? It's just knowing yourself, what you can do. What is in the way and what isn't. Just intelligence. Yeah, devotees look up to me. Well, don't look up to me if you see that I have a beer once in a while, because if you're looking for that, go out to these guys who do stuff like that, and you don't know, like these gurus, you don't know what they're doing. If you come here, you're going to see I'm just a normal person. I ain't anything special. I'm not here to show, well, you see, this is the path, complete renunciation of everything. No, that ain't the path that I teach. No, the path is God inside, living inside as you are, and being real and honest, So I'm not here to put on a show. Oh, they look up to you, so you can't drink a beer sometimes. No, sorry, man. I'd rather have it on a table. That's real, man. I have a beer sometimes. But I don't have 6 beers. Like I had one of my Lalita Madhava. I went over and he came in. I said, we had 7 beers today. I said, what do you call it? 7 beers? And the beers are like big alcohol in them, like 10% or something. I said, that's a bit much, man, isn't it? And he was, well, we can see Krishna better like this. I said, bullshit, man. You're bullshitting yourself. So they look up to me. I rather you look up like this. What can you handle? If you are you like a Karuna, man? You do some beers and then you get all drunk and they start beating people, or I don't know what he's doing, or acting crazy, or are you a normal person? Can you handle it? That's what's here, man. People, I never liked that brand of Vaishnavism. They teach over there, you got to follow all the regulative principles, and then you're a real devotee. And then you hate people. You hate, this person doesn't follow. I hate them. And then you got hypocrisy there. And a lot of these gurus don't follow the principles. I can't say they all don't, but there are those that don't. See, and they can't present any bhakti. They can't awaken any. They can't give you any real knowledge. Why? Because the Lord doesn't like hypocrites. The Lord rather have an honest person, real person. That's what I'm preaching. Nobody likes that. If this is not the right example for anybody, go away. Go out to Radhanath. I'm sure he gives a better external opinion. Or a better external example. Go live in a cave. Go think that's how you're going to. It's fine, whatever. I only bring it up, because if Krishna inspires me to bring stuff up, why not? I say you could be married. You can be a normal life with like other people and also have Krishna. You can live in any ashram. You want to be a renouncant? Yeah, you can do that. Just come here and listen to, hang out with real devotees who have real bhakti. And then that's what the Lord is looking for. If you're a big sannyasi out there and a big guru out there and you don't like this preaching, even though you follow a zillion rules, the Lord ain't as pleased with you as he is with Amy, who might be a little normal. Well, actually, she's a vegetarian. She corrected me on that. She is a vegetarian. A meat eater come here, beef eater. If they like this preaching, they like these devotees, they make friends with these devotees, you're in a better position than one of these big gurus following all these rules and regulations, but they don't like ecstatic devotion like you do, and you have some beef. See? That's what I teach. I teach what Lord Chaitanya taught. Oh, he never taught that? Oh, yeah, he gave ecstatic devotion to Muslims and beef eaters. It's all in the books. Simply because they like devotees. Simply because a tailor who was isn't that interesting? This Brahmin, he employed a beef eater, and he also had a dog that the Brahmins don't have usually. And the Lord gave him ecstatic love simply because he accepted his devotee. He liked his devotee. He served his devotee. That's how it works. That's why I don't ask you. Don't ask me what I eat or don't eat. I don't ask you what you eat or don't eat. It does it work for you? You should decide. Hopefully you're mature. If you're not mature enough than that, and that goes for Karuna too, go out and follow more rules and regulations and dry out a little bit. That might help you. See? Because if people take too many drugs, you notice they can't come here. I've seen this. The young people, some of these young guys, they take too many drugs and they've just, they can't come. So that's obviously, you're going to have to dry out. You're going to have to go to Alcoholics or Narcotics Anonymous sometime, like Govinda. See, he's here, right? He knows what he can do and what he can't do. But you guys doing that stuff don't know. And he's saying, this is a priority to me. Okay? So that's what I teach here, stuff like that. If you don't find that good enough, well, go out and follow these hypocrites and liars and cheaters, or these rule followers and ceremonial external things. Yeah, that's out there too. It's part of Krishna's path, Who's depressed? I don't know. I just heard reports that you get depressed sometimes. Maybe when you're taking the drugs and stuff, you're not aware of that. I don't know. You told me you were depressed sometimes. Karuna, you may assume it's okay, but he may not handle alcohol like you. Karuna may assume it's okay. Yeah. Well, you can. Yeah, and if he's not intelligent, what can I do, man? I'm not. I'm not here to show some sannyasi example. I'm just a normal person showing how ecstatic love really happens in people, how you really get it. Like Nityananda did. He did whatever, whatever. He eat anywhere. Who knows what he did? And thing is, he had love of God with him. That's what I preach. Examples like that. That's your test out there. What is important to you? Yeah. Is that you can drink it? Is it appropriate? Is it appropriate? Well, I don't know. It's like, what do you want to be, a teacher? I teach what I teach. What do you want to be, the teacher? I think you do. Also, everybody, is it appropriate? You want me? Yeah, it is appropriate. It's appropriate. I just do what I do. Yeah. I've always been like, you
That's
want
like
to tell me how to teach? I don't know. Is it appropriate? Yeah, I think so.
that reminds me of the headmaster in school. That reminds me of the headmaster in school, Andromeda. Is it appropriate? I've told you, I've seen my guru have 1 beer in 5 years, and he has compassion for those around him who have a problem like alcohol, like me. Yes, it's okay, Govinda, if I have a glass of wine, it was. Come on, get off that trying to be, I don't know where you're at, man. What's here?
Yeah.
Guru Hari just really concluded it. Up to a point, we can tolerate this, because all we really, really, really want to do is talk about the Cowherd Boys picnic, Guru Nittai's deep pastimes. But if people are going to come in here with their speculations and their tantra shit from their previous lives, okay. If you can't clean out from it, maybe you've got to stay consistent.
Yeah, it's Lord, the Lord, the people, you can realize, to me, if people understood how it really works and how the Lord is wonderful, you could be a Sudra. Like, I'm more of a Sudra type, just natural, just a natural person. I don't want to be anything different than I am. I am what I am. Okay. A Sudra, low class, if you're looking at the class system, then there's in this class system, there are Sudras, and there are more Vaishyas, and then there's renunciates, the Vanaprast, brahmacharis, and then there's also sannyasis, ultimately sannyasis, and so in those are the 4 class, or the different class system. You can be in any of those classes and get love of Krishna. If you're a Sudra and you have love of Krishna, you can pass that on to others, not by your external example, but by your internal example of loving God. And you'll have all the right understanding, the essence of truth. Okay? And you could be a sannyasi and you might teach from you're a sannyasi and you teach, but you'll teach the essence also of loving God. And you might see a Sudra who also has love of God, who's acting like a Sudra because they got a Sudra body and worldly in the world. And you'll think, oh yeah, they're also got the same love I've got, but my habit is I'm sannyasi in this life. Okay? This is the advanced teaching, actually, and why it needs to be taught also by a Sudra, because all people, they don't even have a person who has love of God, and they have to put props of the sannyasi thing and everything and teach external rules and regulations because they don't have internal bhakti yet. 99% of the devotees in Vaishnavism are like that. That's my hit on the situation. So they need a Sudra to show what the internal thing is, not this external thing. Because after a while, people say, oh, if they're real renounced, then they're the ones to follow, right? They're the ones that we got to be like. We got to be like she wants. Well, it's spiritual if you don't drink a beer every once in a while. Otherwise, you're not spiritual. That's basically what she's saying. Oh, that's not the example. No, it is the example, actually. I think it's a very good example of a bona fide guru drinking a beer once in a while and showing that his intelligence and his ecstasy is not dependent on whether having a beer or not, like normal people, a lot of normal people. Whether you want, I mean, whatever, it's like, what works for you, what doesn't work, what is okay, what's wrong with having a buzz once in a while somehow? People do pranayama for a buzz if they're more of a yogi, everybody, so what? For you to brag, you can consume. Yeah, it's appropriate. Yeah, I'm not bragging. I'm preaching the truth. What is the real essence? Yeah, especially for you, for your benefit, so you can bring up what you think. So what are you saying? It's not appropriate for me to. Well, you're saying bragging. I don't think this is really bragging per se. This is teaching. I'm trying to teach a point here. Do you think I could change my ontology? Okay, here we go. I wouldn't even be harping on this point, but you guys, you just keep bringing it up. So, you got me to talk about it. So, if it would be out of your mind, I'm trying to get this thing off of here. How do I do this? Hide message. Okay. Do you think I should change my ontology because I know they have sex? How do you know? How do you know? I know Radha and Krishna joined together in union. Of course, it is nothing to do with sloppy human sex. It is divine sex. How can you have divine sex through the genitals? It doesn't make sense, man. You're all gobbledygook, man. That's what your guru did. They think there's a lot of people in our line thinking like that, but they're not in the real line. He is using that instance as an example to make a point against the Vedic misconception. Yeah. Vaidis, anybody like yourself there, Amy, you're looking, where is the internal thing? Where is God? Where is this thing I was looking for? The true God, the eternal Lord. Is it in this person? What are they a dog? Like a dog, like it's like going to Garuda and saying, Garuda, God is in Garuda, right? But you look like a bird and you eat fish. I don't think that's his natural food for that Garuda. He just is by his nature eats fish. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't follow you because you're a fish eater. This is what Vaishnavas do. They got that mentality. It's bogus, man. You know? Anyway, that's my point. You know. But that is appropriate when the devotee allegedly drinking to excess. Yeah. Isn't the book Ujvala Nimali? Well, I don't know whose understanding that is too. You know, there's a lot of people who might translate these books. This Gadadhar Pran in Mayapur translates the books, and there's a lot of sex in those things, sexual innuendos, because he's into that. He's like Karuna, the same thing. See, that's probably why, you know, there's a lot of misconceptions, and a lot of they may use these ideas, but they're to convey, they're in codes. Anyway, I try to present it as logically as I can. But the more you're here, the more internal you'll become, the more you'll see the spiritual side, and you won't mix it in with bodily concepts. I mean, where do you hear a guy self-admittedly drinking a beer once in a while? Where do you hear such preaching? You ever hear any sannyasis preaching like this? Such clarity? You ever see any kind of ecstasy like this? What is that saying? There's something more about Vaishnavism that they don't know. You know, it's like, you know, there is this saint. He was it's called Vamsidas. There's a little book you can probably find on the internet, like a digital copy. Vamsidas. He lived in a tent. He worshipped Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, but he never bathed them. Anything. He's very dirty. Never took a bath himself. Talk about extremes. Smoked about 4 bidis a day. You know, smoker. What an example of that. Was that something that bothered me? There were fish bones laying around his tent. You know who it bothered? The ones who were Vaidhi Bhaktas, kind of that very, what kind of example is that? Did it bother Bhakti Siddhanta, who was a renounced sannyasi? Really, Rena? Didn't bother him either. He would say, here, send these presents over to Vamsidas, this saint over there, who has fish bones laying, doesn't take a bath, man, looks wild, speaks crazy, beats his servants. He was beating his servants too. Ooh. Take this present. Oh, by the way, just leave it at the door and go. Don't look at him, because you're going to have it. You're going to commit offenses. You're going to go, oh, he's not following the vision. These are your gurus now. They were the God brothers, man. These are your gurus. Hey, yeah, I think more like Bhakti Siddhanta, even though I'm a Sudra? See, we all think the same. We teach the same. We have the same understanding because we're part of the same family. Some Sudra, some sannyasi. Some Vaishya, it doesn't matter. Same family. We understand the mentality of the Lord. Wherever bhakti is, that's where they are. And you know, does Vamsidas prejudice against Bhakti Siddhanta? Oh no, Bhakti Siddhanta would come personally sometimes, and you know what he said? Oh, a Manjari is coming. A Manjari is coming here. We all think the same way. We know who's who. There's only these people out there, the wannabes. Oh, yeah. They can't see. I can only see on her comments. So, yeah. Replying to Andromeda. I guess one needs to be mature, intelligent, honest enough with themselves to not use. Yeah, I mean, you know, the one thing, if you saw what was going on here, it's very intimate, isn't it? It's very real. And if you can't appreciate that, well, that's, you know, that's unfortunate, you know, because it's like, put on it. Don't be yourself. Don't be real. You just put on some airs just because, we're used to seeing that. I know I like this. This is more intimate. This is more Vrindavanish. It's real, not putting on airs, not hypocritical. Oh, I actually hate you. But I'm going to say, oh, you Prabhu. Oh, I really don't like this person. What is the difference between that and what's going on in the world? You ever go to parties like that? That's what Vaishnavism is. Parties like you go and you see in the movies, they go and they're very nice and they're thinking, I really hate this person. Oh, yeah. You got that going in Vaishnavism. Ooh, the person doesn't, oh, Prabhu, oh, Prabhu, oh, Prabhu. In your heart is dirty, man. Here is clean hearts. More informal. Let's see what this new guy says. Please look inside. Don't look outside because outside is all Maya. Yeah, and if you stay here long enough, outside is all Krishna. It's great, man. It's fantastic to see all Krishna. Okay. But that's, you can't really imitate. You come here long enough, you'll see. Maybe you do see already, because both is, I use the outside. To me, it's all Krishna now, but I use the outside for preaching because that's my job as spiritual master, right? Got to preach. Well, got to be the Bhagavatam. What's the Bhagavatam? The highest truth distinguished from illusion for the welfare of others. So I got to preach the highest truth, distinguished from all illusions, all levels, even false guru tattvas, which is very important to get over. Got to get the door exposed, right? Got to show where the door is, for God's sake. Otherwise, people keep bumping into the walls. They open this door, it says a door, and they hit a wall. Oh, you want to spend their whole lives, they're hitting the wall. They're hitting the head against the wall. Oh, yeah, nobody's ever preached real Guru Tattva. They're going bang, bang, bang against this wall of this guru. It's not really the door to Vrindavan. Yeah, so what to do? Yeah, we're pulling Karuna out of the closet. Yeah, exactly. Brings a certain mood I enjoy. Let's see. Karuna, not on Twitch, you twa. Thanks for playing. Oh, good. All right. I was stone sober when I smacked. Oh, anyway. Please don't get offensive towards Karuna's son, Sindhu's ex-guru. Well, speaking truth, man, See, I know you're attached to him, okay, well, the way it is. But what is offensive? What, to put out the truth? Especially that part. There's a saying that St. Paul talked about. He said, the truth is no respecter of persons. Just prove to me. See, this is the thing what they're doing with these other gurus in ISKCON. Don't be offensive to these gurus. Hey, man, let's stand that what they're teaching can stand the test of real truth. And that includes your ex-guru, or maybe your guru now, still. Can he stand the test of truth? Otherwise, what is the use of following somebody who can't? That includes Gaur Hari Das. Can he stand the test of truth? Can your guru stand the test? Or otherwise, what are you following him for? Do you want illusions? I don't want illusions. Bring him here. Put him right before me. Let's have a discussion. If he won't come, why would you follow somebody that won't come here? I challenge your guru right now. Come here and let us discuss. Let us find the truth. If his truth is better, stronger, more clear, I'll follow him. If his doesn't stand up to the standard, he should come follow here. Now, is that honest? I think that's pretty honest.
That's Vaishnavism.
Yeah. You come here. He can come and defend his conceptions and all that stuff, and I'll defend what I believe in. He can defend, and whoever's better conception will all. I'll give all my students. They will all go follow him, or he can come with his students and follow us. I mean, is he into the absolute? I'm into the absolute truth, eternal truth. If he really is, we should also want. I mean, is he? And that goes for all of them. It goes for everybody, man. Just come here, state your opinions, like Karuna. He's stating his opinions. I'll give my opinion. You give yours, I'll give mine. By the way, I don't follow anything that my students tell me to do. They don't control me. Only their love controls me. If they don't have any love or much, I don't do nothing. But if they love God and love Krishna, I feel more under their control. Otherwise, I'm a pretty independent guy. You can't tell me what to do and what to say and what not to say. That's part of the thing. That can put people through a lot of stuff because a lot of people are attached to that. What they want me to, they want me control me, tell me what to say and what not to say. I can't even do that. I also come. I say, Krishna, I don't want to say this. Don't let me say this, and often I may say it. I can't even control it either. So I know what you're talking about. I also a little attached. Something I want to be nice. I want to keep Janardhan around. I don't want him to go because I said something, against, that seems to be against his guru, and I'm only trying to help his guru and help everybody. But he might misunderstand, so maybe I should put on some etiquettes and pretend that I'm into that stuff. I don't know. Calling him sick. I'm calling anybody sick if he believes that. If he believes Radha and Krishna are having sex, he needs a little medical attention. This is it. It's called truth. He needs the medicine. Karuna needs the medicine, and if he believes the same thing, that's sick. That's why he did these things that were all over the internet, man. They weren't nice. I'm sorry, but I mean, if he doesn't accept medical attention, this kind of the truth, then he's going to be sick. But it's I'm here to point things out. I'm here to teach the highest truth distinguished from illusion. That's an illusion. That I have to do my job. You may not like it. You may go away again like you did for 6 months. What am I going to do? The truth is all I got. If this is how I ascertain it, that is sick, it is. It's ill. You're ill. Karuna's ill thinking like that. It's spiritual illness. Actually, it's offensive to Krishna and Radha. They don't like it. I mean, they don't like it because it's like, that's not us. They're thinking that. And this guru or Karunas, they're representing that. Sorry, you're misrepresenting. It's my job. It's like Swarb Damodar. He took the conclusions of people because they act. See, he acted. That guru acted like that. He went out and did what he believed. And Karuna also was believing that. So that's the example. And so it causes a result, causes reaction. But there's no reaction. This is the way it is. Your guru should hear this. He should hear this explanation of how it really is. If he doesn't accept it, he's still got some illness, and he's preaching offensively towards them. Do you see how that works out? If Radha and Krishna are a certain way, right? They have this, what I say, if they're that way, okay, they're having this holy communion from their heart like we do, actually. And then they go and have their husbands, like the gopis have their husbands, and they have their children. Like the cows also, they have their babies, right? Were the cows having sex with Krishna? Was he out there doing it with them? He was doing it like Everybody does. The flower is also having that spiritual communion with the Lord. Isn't it nice? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it perfect? So if you don't accept this explanation, I don't care who you are, Guru, or Janardhan or Karuna, and you accept this sex thing, well, you're misrepresenting Krishna. I'm here to correct all that stuff. The Lord gives me these revelations and they make more sense than that. I didn't give up Vaishnavism. So what is Janardhan said? Oh boy, a lot of purification today, huh? I think you're muted. You're muted. What?
No, I'm not going to say it out aloud. I'm sorry.
Okay. Janardhan says, I'm following you, Srila Gaur Haridas, but Karuna Das, ex-guru, is dear old friend to me. Yeah, I know. He's an old friend to me. I mean, I'm friendly with everybody, but sometimes I got to stand to the standard. I like everybody. But I gotta toe the truth line, I'm here, it's just like, how it is, Janardhan. Sridhar and Prabhupada, they had a relationship. They were friends for 30 years. But Prabhupada took him to task, and even Sridhar respected it. He thought, whoa, you're Gurudev. He doesn't even spare an old friend in his preaching. Prabhupada, pointed out things about him. He didn't spare him because the truth is no respecter of person. That's why I'm sorry. This is what the family does. They whack everything that's a lie or not clear, that's inconclusive. There were whackers, mafiosos, spiritual mafiosos here. So we whack it. I'm not worthy of calling him Gurudev. I'm not worthy of calling him Gurudev. Oh, you're not? Okay, well, make you worthy to see whatever. I mean, he should come here and let's have a discussion. I want to see if he's Gurudev or not. But if he's believing that stuff, I don't know. I listen to his things. I have my idea, but wouldn't this be great, Janardhan, if he would come here and have a discussion? I think it would be. I mean, I love play. I like that. Let's play, man. Let's play in this world. This is like Krishna did, man. Let's do stuff, man. Let's have some discussions with Acharya Devs and maybe Prem Paroshana. Oh, that would be dazzling, Aha. A new staking opportunity has come. Crypto. Oh, man. I'm getting in on these things. I learned some stuff, man. How to get on early, man, and make a big killing or a big win. I got it down now. I got these guys. I get the thing. Okay, something's coming up now, and you get in right away and make a bunch of money. I'll teach you that later. I'm still learning myself. I'll teach everybody this stuff. Whatever I'm learning, hopefully we can start giving the money out. Just make it. There are a lot of crypto billionaires. Really, there's so much. So I can see why now. So maybe we'll start make so nobody has to work. Wouldn't that be nice? This might be Krishna. It'd be nice so Shama Sundari doesn't have to do and Amy over there, have to do the grunt stuff, and you too, everybody. But be careful. Don't do much of this because it's dangerous energies. It really is. It's Krishna's just, I don't know why Krishna inspires me in these ways, but I know it always works out somehow, so let's see what happens. Okay, so I think we'll end it here. This is a good way to end it. This opportunity just popped up. Yeah, I know, Janar. Hey, man, I really appreciate everything you're doing and how Krishna is showing you these things. It's really nice. And I know we got I don't mean to be mean, actually, towards anybody. This causes intense purification. Jesus didn't hate anybody. He didn't hate the Pharisees. You know, he still sometimes he would overturn tables and all of that stuff because he was, preaching. It's part of the this ecstatic love is special, and it makes you like, it's hard to understand devotees who are under the influence of this prema. It's really, you got to be around a while and go through a lot of purification. This is a miracle what we're doing, to have so many people coming already, Okay, I got to stop the talking for a while. Hare Krishna, everybody. Have a nice day. Dude, you're my guru. All right, good. I know. That's why I spend all this time here. Yeah, Janara feels the fire burn. That's how it is, man. Feel right? Isn't it about the fire, man? Fire burning in the heart. Oh, man. This is the path, Janardhan. Burn. The burning. It's all that wood of the false identifications. They burn up. So easy. All you do is stay in the fire. If it gets a little hot, stay on the edge a little bit, because it's intense. Ask River, man. You just get back off a little bit, but don't leave the fire. Just stay close, just, where it's warm, And then when you're ready to go in a little bit more, just more ecstasy. It's a fire. So it's great. Okay. Yeah, it would be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay, guys, have a good day. I'll see you a little bit later.